Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today, we are going to be taking a look at some Discord chart requests. Right over here, we got quite a few names we're going to be covering, though. I see some really good call-outs over here. I see SUI, ADA, Link, HBAR. I see Solana, CLV, got XLM. There's STKS, CRO, DJT. Okay, we have a lot of names we're going to be covering in today's video. There's Jasmine, there's ICP, there's FOBU. Okay, we have a lot of names we're going to be covering in today's video. For you guys that are new, go ahead and drop your chart requests over here in the chart request thread throughout the week. And we do one video a week and we cover your guys' requests. I do this because it's hard for me to keep up on social media when people are asking me to cover charts. Simply just put them right here and we will cover them in a future YouTube video. We had a giveaway we launched last week. Okay, we hit 150 likes on last week's YouTube video, so thank you guys for smashing the like on these videos. It shows me that you guys, care about what I'm doing, and I love giving back to the community. We have 178 people entered here to win the 100 XRP. If we can get this video right here to 150 likes, I would be happy to give away an additional 100 XRP. So go ahead and smash that like if you guys are watching it, and we will do another giveaway if we can get this video to 150 likes. And if you haven't yet, just go over here to enter for this one. That drawing is going to be on December 8th. That's in 4 days. And again, we got 178 people entering there. Just click on this emoji to enter, and you will be entered into that drawing. And again, that's going to be on December 8th. So for those of you that are new, guys, welcome. Okay, we are swing traders on this channel. We are not day traders. We have a very specific strategy that we use to enter and exit our trades. And a lot of that comes from our trading indicator that you see down here on my screen. Okay, so I'm going to explain the strategy real quick before we get into the chart requests, just because I want you guys to understand what it is that we are looking for those of you that are new, and for those of you who have been here a while, it'll be a good little refresher for you. So the easiest way I like to explain this is by using a chart of Bitcoin. Okay, if I zoom out of the chart of Bitcoin, you can see it goes all the way back to 2013, and you can just look on the chart and see when the best time to buy Bitcoin was. Okay, and the best time to buy Bitcoin is when the dot is green on the chart. So we called this dot out on January 1st of 2023. The price of Bitcoin was $18,000. Okay, $18,000 down here when we called this one out. It is now sitting at $97,000. So that was about a 2-year period of time. It went from 18,000 all the way up to 90. Okay, so I'm going to explain the strategy real quick. I got the trading rules right over here for you guys, so you guys can understand these a little bit more. But just to refresh you, we are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. Okay, we enter and exit positions using our trading indicator. And if you guys don't have the trading indicator, you can get it right here in the trading indicator tab just by clicking this link. And everything you see on my screen will load directly into your chart, and your chart on TradingView will look exactly like mine does right here. Okay, so simply put, green means buy, red means sell. So really the first rule, right, when we're buying or looking to buy an asset is that the asset needs to have a green dot on the monthly chart. It needs to have a green dot on the monthly chart. Just like Bitcoin gave us the buy signal right here in January, boom. That was the signal that the trend was reversing on the monthly chart. And something about the monthly chart, guys, is the bigger the time frame that you're using this indicator on, the more accurate it is. Okay, and that's why we use the monthly and the daily chart. Okay, because again, the monthly chart is the most accurate because it has the most data. Okay, so 1 month, it takes 30 days for one of these candles to form. Okay, one of these candles, it takes 30 days. Okay, 30 days. If you look at a minute chart, which is what most people are talking about on YouTube and stuff, all the day traders and with the fancy Lambos and stuff like that want to sell you their course. Okay, look how many green dots have came here in the last 2 hours. I mean, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you have to make a bunch of decisions all day long, right? With the monthly chart, you barely have to make decisions, right? These dots come, you can see this one came on Bitcoin right there, January 1st. We had another one come right here, October 23rd. The price was 28, and we had one come in November at around 63, 64. Okay, so the first thing we are looking for, guys, when we're going over your requests today, is that monthly chart with a green dot. It either needs to be a green dot or a green candle, okay? Because that tells us that the macro move on a month-to-month basis, we are going up, right? We are going up for at least the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however long it might be. A minimum of 3 months, okay? And nothing is 100%, but like I said, these monthly dots are going to be a lot more accurate than these minute dots, or the 5-minute dots, or the hourly dots, or the 4-hour dots, okay? Once we get the monthly dot confirmation, once we have that confirmation and we know, okay, the monthly is green, that is when we want to zoom into the daily chart, okay? So if you think about the daily chart, there's 30 days in a month, right? 30 days make up one of these monthly candles. So when we get a new monthly candle at the first of every month, just like we got here in December, okay, we get a new candle, which means these last 30 days equals one of these monthly candles. So as the month goes on, this bar is going up and down, right? It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So our goal throughout the month is to get it at a fair price. And how do we get it at a fair price? Well, there's a couple things. Okay, we take into the account our moving averages. This blue line right here, this is called the 30 EMA. This is also part of our trading indicator. The 30 EMA is simply just the average price over the last 30 days. So right now, Bitcoin, the 30-day EMA is sitting at about $89,000, $90,000. You can see right there on the side of my screen. Okay, so we could assume that a fair price for Bitcoin right now, if you're looking at it on a monthly basis, is going to be the average over the month, right, which is 90. And you can see how this blue line, it plays a support. You can see Bitcoin bounced right there on it. It bounced right there on it. It bounced right there on it. It bounced right there on it. So our trade setup is when the monthly dot is green and we are pulling back on the daily into the average. And you can see Bitcoin is coming back down into its average. The other EMA that we use is the 9 EMA. That's the orange line you see right here on my screen. That also acts as support in a very bullish market, like you're seeing right now. Okay, a good example of that is XRP. Okay, XRP is just going bananas. You can see the orange line are 9 EMA. So the 9 EMA is the average price over the last 9 days. I think of that as like the average price over the last week, right? You have the weekly moving average and you have the monthly moving average. Our goal as traders is to get in at a fair price. So when you look at the cheat sheet over here inside the Discord, okay, you can see you want to buy in this area, okay, either in the stealth phase or the awareness phase. So the takeoff phase right here, this part, okay, that is when we break out over the mean. That is when we break out over the average, right? And the mean that I like to use is the 30-day and the 9 EMA. Those are the two I'm looking at. But typically, the takeoff phase, right, when we come from the smart money and we get the takeoff phase, that's simply just when the price breaks above our EMAs. Look at XRP right here. Okay, if you guys were around in November, most of you were, we called this green dot out here on the daily chart of XRP right here at 50 cents. But you can see, what did we do? Okay, we broke out over the average. Okay, we broke out over the average. We were below it, below it, below it, below it. But right here, we broke out of it. And then what happened? Boom. We just absolutely rocket shipped from 50 cents all the way up to $3. Okay, and we've been using that orange line. You can see it. Boom. It tapped it right there. Boom. And bumped. Okay, so right now, okay, you can see that XRP is currently sitting quite a ways off of its 9 EMA. 13% off of the weekly moving average and 49% off of the monthly average. Okay, the 30-day moving average. That tells me that we're up here in this territory. When we're 50% off of the mean, off of the monthly average, that tells me we're in greed, delusion, new paradigm territory, right? You got everyone on Twitter, everyone on TikTok, everybody's talking about it, everybody's screaming about it, saying, "Oh my God, okay, XRP is going to $10,000 a coin. You better buy it right now." Okay, when you start seeing that kind of action, right, that kind of delusion, that kind of talk about an asset, that's when you want to be careful. As a trader, I want to be taking profits during that time. Okay, because again, we called XRP out at 50 cents, guys. And that thing ran all the way up to $3. That's like a 500% move off of that signal. 500%. You put in 10,000 here, you have 50,000 now. You put in 100 grand here, you have $500,000 now. Okay, that's a lot of money. And this kind of move does not happen often. It just does not happen very often. So what we're looking for is these green dots on the daily after we get the monthly, right? Again, XRP's monthly came in August. This was months ago, guys. At 50 cents, we called this out months ago. Okay? And then on the daily, we're looking to enter on the days of the green dots where we are bouncing off of the mean. We either want to buy the bounce off of the mean or the breakout over the mean. One of the two. Okay? So if you're getting a green dot and it's like way up here, right? 9.5 times out of 10, it's too late, right? You're getting it at too expensive of a price because, again, our goal is to get it at a fair price. We want to buy the bounce off the 30. Personally, those are the setups I'm looking for. Okay, you can see it. We got it with snap right here. Boom, bounce, right, break off, take off, break out over the mean. You can see CRO, which is pumping today. Beautiful, beautiful pump. We were consolidating on the weekly moving average. Now it's pumping. Okay, so after we get the green dot on the monthly chart, we know we're bullish in the macro. So that's the first thing we look for. Then we zoom to the daily, and we're looking, where are we in regards to the averages? Are we touching an average? Are we close to an average? What color is the dot? Okay, and ideally we want to enter on the day of the green dot, okay, like we entered on CRO right here. Okay, it was bouncing off of the 9 EMA, boom, and now we're taking off. So our sell target, which is the last thing I'll go over, is when the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, comes up and touches the white dotted line, just like it did right here. Okay, that's where we're looking to sell. Either that or a red dot, whichever one comes first. Okay, because we want to anticipate a lot of the time. And that stochastic RSI, when that touches the white dotted line, just like it did there, just like it did up in this area, okay, just like it did here on Snapchat, okay, that is when we're looking to take profits. Again, our goal is never to time the exact top. We want to get out around it, okay, because if everyone's so used to XRP, all these people getting involved now, they're just like, oh my God, all I got to do is just buy XRP and I'm going to make money. That's not the case, guys. One of these days, XRP is going to pull back into the mean, and if that happens here soon, okay, in the next couple of weeks, that's going to be a 47% pullback. So, again, once we're 40 to 50% off of the mean, off of that monthly moving average, I'm going to be telling you guys to take profits. So, just keep that in mind. And again, I'm a trader. If you guys are fundamentally investing, thinking that this is going to be the next currency of the world, which there is speculation that XRP is going to be the next currency, which we transact with and stuff like that, whatever. Right? I don't care because I know for a fact as a trader, I've been doing this for 8 years, it always retraces back into the average. So keep that in mind. If you guys want some more insight on that, I have a free trading course over here. I made this video yesterday on understanding moving averages. Okay, I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go watch this video. And if you haven't, I just watch all, I think there's 5 or 6 videos over here in the Discord. You guys can kind of get more of a grasp on how the strategy works. I know that might be a lot for you that are new to this. But I promise if you go over here and you invest the time and you watch these videos and begin to understand how market psychology works, right? How all this happens, right? How when retail is super, super bullish on something, like that should tell you like, hey, I should be taking profits because again, we were entering on XRP at 50 cents. Nobody was talking about XRP at 50 cents. And if you guys want the video, it's on my TikTok. Go to the November 5th video that I posted that said, hey, XRP has a green dot showing right here. Boom, we're breaking out over the average. Rip. And again, I sold really early on XRP. I don't regret it. I'm getting trolled for it online. I don't care. I made 47% on my trade. I made $20,000 in 11 days. Could I have made $80,000 or more? Yes, I could have. But as a trader, I'm looking to be consistent in my trades. I'm not looking to hold the bag and just hope that it goes higher. Okay, we actually have a strategy that we use to buy and sell. Right? And we're looking for 20, 30, 40, 50% moves consistently. If you can do that consistently, you can make a lot of money in stocks and in crypto. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. If you guys got questions about that, feel free to shoot me an email. My email is up here, overkill@overkillinvesting.club. And guys, please, 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 please beware of scammers. I've had a lot of people messaging me, telling me they're getting scammed by people that are adding them on Discord that are posing as me. Okay? I will never add you as a friend or send you a DM first. Okay? Beware of scammers. Okay? It says it right there at the top of the rules. I posted the announcements multiple times throughout the week. Okay? When you guys join the server, I say, welcome to the server. Please beware of scammers. The real Overkill will never send you a friend request. I will never request you as a friend. I will never send you a DM first. Okay? So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into your guys' chart requests. We will start up here at the top. We got quite a few names we're going to be going over today. And again, if you guys got these throughout the week, feel free to drop them here in the Discord, and we will be covering them. So, little rule of thumb here, I am only going to cover your guys' 3 requests. So if you request more than 3 stocks or cryptocurrencies for the sake of just time and other people's time, I will cover 3 of your guys' requests. So 3 a day you can request. Just put them in here, drop 3, and I will cover them. Okay, I don't do that to be a Nazi. I just do that so we're not sitting here for longer than we need to. Okay, so here's Drift. This is going to be the first one from Mirage. And again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the monthly chart. The monthly chart is green and pointing up. And if you don't see data on the monthly, that is because the name is brand new. There's not enough data on the chart to see what the monthly is saying. So what we need to do is we need to zoom into the daily, and you can see that's actually sitting right there on its 30-day moving average. So what I would do is I would set a stop loss. I don't know why I can't see the stop loss today, but the stop loss needs to be at 124 on this thing. Okay, 124 for the stop loss, and that's just the bottom of yesterday's candle. So this is good, right? We pumped up, we consolidated, and now we're touching the monthly moving average. So if you want to buy this, okay, I would get in today and use that stop loss right there at about 125. The bottom of yesterday's candle, just make sure we hold on to that blue line. Make sure we are above the blue line, right? We want to be above the mean, okay? Above that mean, bouncing on the mean. That's what we were looking for. Chart request, DGen, D-E-G-E-N. This one is also green. You guys are calling out some of these new altcoins. It looks like the same exact chart as that other one. Same strategy there. I'd use the stop loss at 0.016. Bonk USD. Okay, that one's also sitting right there on the 30-day moving average. Those are good call-outs, okay? You're getting it right into the mean here. So what you're missing is a green dot. But if you want to anticipate the green dot, okay, you can see that the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, that's down there at 0. That's great. Okay, last time it was down there at 0 was right there on November 3rd. You could see the price. I can't even say that price because there's way too many zeros. But it absolutely lifted off. So how I'd be playing this is I would be entering today on this tap of the 30-day moving average, but I would use a stop loss at the bottom of yesterday's candle. Okay, and I don't know what's up with my chart today. For some reason, the price just wants to sit right over the moving average. Let me see if I go to log, if that changes anything. That just makes it worse. Okay, so again, stop loss would be 0.00038 on Bonk there, but I like that one. It's right into the 30-day moving average. Just make sure it holds yesterday's low. That is going to be this candle right here. Okay, and the last dot is red. Again, you're anticipating the green dot here if you want to play the bounce, but if you want to wait for the green dot, you can do that too. Again, I would just set my stop loss right there at 0.00038. KULR. Daily looks ugly. Okay, monthly's pointing straight up, but you can see the daily is giving you a red dot. Look where the wave is. Okay, the blue wave is way up here at this time. Okay, it's better to buy down in this area. Okay, when the stochastic, that light blue line, just how like we're looking to sell up here, you want to look to buy when it's down here on the floor. This one's just way too extended. Okay, if you're holding this one, I'd set a stop loss at the 9, which is at 99 cents. You want to make sure that holds, but this looks like a penny stock. So use your stop loss at 99 cents there, but you got a red dot on the indicator, and that's the stochastic's pointing straight down. The wave is way up here. So definitely use a stop loss there at 99 cents on KULR. Here's Lucid. This thing's ugly. This is going to be, yeah, monthly red. So again, guys, it's never on our watch list. We're never looking to take trades on the name. We're never looking to take trades on the name if it's red on the monthly. If it's red on the monthly, we're trading against the trend, right? This is a garbage stock here. Garbage stock. So look for that green dot first. That's the first thing we need. ANDA. Oh, Aiden. Okay, so Frank, I'm only going to cover your first. I might cover 4 because I want to look at Boeing here. CELH is going to be the first one. What I can tell you about CELH, I've been watching this one like a hawk recently. It's red on the monthly. So we're waiting for that influx of volume and for that candle to turn green. That green dot on the monthly is going to be called out over here inside the alerts, because you could see up here, if it has a flag, so a red flag or a blue flag or a green flag, that means it's on my watch list, and that means the alerts get called out over here in the Discord for our members. So I call out all the daily and the monthly alerts for our members over here on the names on my watch list, and CELH is one of those names. So what we're going to wait for on this one is for the candle or the dot to flip back to green. On that is CELH. We got gold, GOLD. This is going to be, I think you're talking about Barrett Gold. Barrett Gold. This is a gold miner, and you can see red on the monthly. So again, we don't want to trade during this time, guys. We do not want to buy assets that are trending down. We want to buy them when they are trending up. So either the candle or the dot needs to be green, and this one has a red dot there on gold. So let's go ahead and wait for that one to flip back to green. NEM, this is Dumont, also red. Also, I think this is a gold miner as well, but also red trending down, right? We're not buying assets during this time. I'm going to take a look at BA for you. Okay, and BA is actually very interesting here. This is Boeing Company. Okay, it's actually got a green candle forming this month. And look how far down this, this wave is right now. Okay, so this stock has been absolutely clobbered. Okay, which is what we like. And it looks like they got earnings coming up in January. But this could flip to green either this month or next month, depending on price action. So because the candle is green, this one actually qualifies. Okay, the monthly is green. So now what we're looking for on Boeing is a pullback into the average, right? We want to buy that thing at 150 down here. Okay, so that one's right into the red line. But if we break out over 160 here, this thing could get pretty wild on Boeing. Okay, I really, really like the green monthly candle. I know it's a really small candle, but it is green, right? It is green. And look at the wave. Okay, the wave is getting way down here, just like it was back here in 2022 at around 126. It pumped all the way up to 300. That was almost a 200% move. So Boeing is actually on my radar right now. It's on my green list. So if you guys aren't familiar with the green list is our watch list that we go over once a week. Okay, and that actually gets posted over inside of the Discord as well. But those are the names we are actively looking for pullbacks and green dots on the daily chart. So right now we are currently actively looking for a green dot on Boeing. Okay, and we're looking for that thing to pull back into 149 there. Okay, 149 would be right there at the average. It could also pull back into the orange line, but it is trending up. So we're looking for a pullback. We're looking for the stochastic RSI to come back down to 0 and sit there on the floor. Okay, right now it's up here. And yes, it could break out. If it breaks out, great. Then we're just going to wait for the pullback into either the EMA, the orange EMA, or the blue line. Okay, the blue line is the 30 EMA, and the orange line is the 9 EMA. Okay, and again, I'm sorry, but I'm only going to stick to 3 just because we have so many requests now. IRS, is that a stock? Okay, that one's running really hot. Okay, monthly chart is super, super bullish here. And the daily chart is just overextended and giving you a red dot. So again, I'd be probably looking to take profits up here in this area. I'd definitely be setting a stop loss at $16 on that. I look for that one to fall back into 14 on IRS net. I don't know if you're talking about 2 different stocks or one stock there. IRS net is not a stock, so I'm guessing you're talking about IRS and then net, which is Cloudflare. Another name that's on the watch list, again, trending up. We got an uptrend on the monthly. Wonderful. Let's look at the pullbacks into either the 9. Look how it pulled back into the 9 there and bounced. Okay, so we're looking for those pullbacks. Right now is not a good time to buy. Why? Because we're sitting how far? Okay, you're currently sitting 6% off of the weekly average, and you're currently sitting about 14% off of the monthly average. So in my opinion, you're buying this at a premium right now. Hopefully you got in right here around 100 and you're up about 10%. I would look to take profits on this thing when the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, comes up there and hits that white dotted line on Cloudflare. We got GME. Good call out here. I was looking at this actually this morning. And again, guys, I really want you to start to understand the moving averages. So I'm going to say it again. I got a trading course over here. And if you watch this video, I posted this yesterday. It's called Mastering Moving Averages. I'd highly, highly recommend checking that video out. Highly recommend it, especially if you're new. Okay, here's GME. What do we got? We got a green dot back in November. We got green candles. Wonderful. Now we're in here on the daily. We're looking for pullbacks into what? Into the 30. Look at that. It's pulling back into the 30. So guess what? That thing is on the watch list this week. I'm moving that one up to my favorites. We had a couple bangers go off this week here on the watch list. Absolute bangers. And GME is now pulling back into the 30. So what we're looking to do now is look for an entry on the next daily green dot. Okay, and if that thing comes down to like 25.50, I think that'll be epic. One thing to keep in mind, though, is they have earnings next week. Okay, earnings next week on GME, so be careful on their earnings. If they miss, okay, they could sell off really hard. That's the one downside of the stock right now. But let's see where this thing consolidates into. I think this thing could set up for an opportunity here, and we're keeping an eye here on GME. Again, look for that next daily green dot that you see from the trading indicator there. We got HBAR. HBAR is up, I saw 600%, folks. 650% or something crazy. Okay, again, look at that. That got the golden dot right there. The golden dot is the most bullish indication that you can get from the trading indicator. Okay, if you guys see a golden dot on your charts, that is the most bullish indication. There's different kinds of alerts that you can set. And if you want to set an alert on the trading indicator, all you got to do is right-click and hit Add Alert. Okay, and then what I do is I set alerts for the small green dots. I use the small green dot option because that just tells me every single one that gets called out. You can see the small green dot came on the day it came with a gold. So if I see the small green dot and then I look at it and the gold dot is there, I could see it's the golden dot. But the golden dots are very rare. Okay, you could set alerts for those as well. But I use the small green dot for the buy signals, and I use the small red dots for the sell signals. So what you want to do is just hit once per bar, okay? And then you could say whatever you want right here. It'll send you an email. It'll notify you in the app, okay? Pretty much you will get notified when it goes off. So if you guys don't know how to set alerts on the indicator, that's how you do it. The buy alerts, in my opinion, are the most important, along with the sell alerts. But again, small green dot and the small red dots for the sells. And I use once per bar. I have TradingView's premium version, so I'm able to set open-ended alerts. That just means I never have to reset the alert. It's always there. It's always going to notify me when that happens. And then you just hit create. So I create those on the daily charts and the monthly charts, so it's called out. But HBAR, boom. I mean, this has been probably the biggest winner of the year so far. Again, we called the dot out right there on the 5th. That was at around 4 cents. It hit a high of 38 cents. That was an 825% move on HBAR. I mean, that is just insane. I missed the boat on this one, but an absolutely insane move. And if it's me personally holding this, I'm taking profits up here. Because, again, I was in either down here on the 5th at 4 cents, or I was in right here on this green dot right there when we bounced off of that 9 EMA there. That was a beautiful bounce and a beautiful move there. Just absolutely insane. But the wave is just very overextended. Can it keep going? Yes. But again, folks, you don't want to be greedy, guys. You don't want to be greedy. Nothing sucks more than watching your account go back down, right? Get cut in half. If you have gains, if you're up, right, and the wave is this far up, at least sell some. You don't need to sell the whole position. You could sell 25%, 50%. Right, just take some profits. Okay, if it keeps going, it keeps going. But at least you lock some profits. Because, guys, guess what? There is always going to be another trade. There is always going to be another trade. Okay? If you get emotional and get emotionally attached to your asset and you end up not selling, just like people did on Bitcoin here back in 2021, okay, you can see it hit 69,000. And what did it do? It dipped all the way down to 18,000. That means you watched your account go down 77%. Okay, that is the worst feeling in the world. Okay, and guys, if you're up, if you're thinking, should I take profits? Should I take profits? You probably should sell some. Okay, you probably should sell some. Can it keep going? Yes, but I guarantee you, there's going to be a time in the future where it will pull back into our blue line or into our weekly moving average, that orange line. And you'll get a chance to take profits. But right now, dude, this thing is so extended. I mean, it's 24% off of the weekly moving average, and it's 58% off of the monthly moving average. So again, I like to explain that as, hey, you're going to the grocery store and you're buying your groceries at a 58% premium. Okay? 58% more expensive than normal this month. Okay, you probably should have did your shopping last month, right? When we called the dot out down here at 4 cents. But don't try to buy this right up here, dude. Wait for it to reset. If you're in it, I'd recommend taking some off the table. I mean, it's going to pull back eventually, and we will get another setup. We cannot get emotionally attached. Men lie, women lie, but the charts don't. And the chart says this thing is very oversold. 60% off its monthly average right now. So let's wait for this thing to cool down to take an entry. Okay, let's not get caught holding the bag. I'd recommend taking some profits on HBAR. Okay, and that doesn't mean sell the whole thing. You could sell 50%, you could sell 25%, whatever the case may be. So there's HBAR for you guys. Okay, covered HBAR. XRP, we kind of looked at this chart as well. Once again, we were calling this monthly green dot out since August. You saw it right there on the chart. August 2024, price was 50 cents. Okay, green dot came on this right here back on the 5th. I believe that was the 5th. Yep, the 5th at 50 cents. Absolutely ripped. Same kind of thing here. How far off of the average are we, guys? Okay, we talked about this yesterday. 13% off of the average there. You're 13% off the weekly average, and you're 46% off of the monthly average. Okay, not a good time to buy. You got a red dot, okay? You missed the boat, dude. You missed the boat. Can this thing go to $10? Yes, absolutely it can. But I would rather buy in a position where I know I'm into the average. Okay, I know I'm getting it at a fair price. The only way we know we're getting a fair price is if we are into the mean, one of the averages, either the 9 or the 30. Okay, I personally like the 30. I would love to see a 50% pullback on XRP back down here to like 140 to 150. I would love it. Okay, and I think there's going to be profit taking eventually. You got another sell signal right here showing up actually today on XRP. So if you're in the name, I would set a stop loss at $2. Call it $1.99. And if it breaks, sell it, because it will most likely come back down here to 124. And that's a 50% drop if you're holding it. So in my opinion, if you're still holding XRP, you're either 1, a fundamental investor and you don't care about technicals, or 2, you're greedy and you just want more. You want more. You want more. Dude, if you got in down here at 50 cents when we called it out, you're up 500%. You don't see that. That's not a common trade. It does not happen. It's like a 1 in 10,000 trade that this happens. 1 in every 10, maybe 100,000 trades, this will happen. This is a home run trade. Again, and we're here as traders trying to hit singles and doubles. If you guys know anything about baseball, we just want to get on base. We just want to hit singles and doubles. We want to consistently hit trades, right? 20, 30, 40, 50% is what we're looking for. Even 10% is good. Most people give their money to money managers and they pay them 5% a year. You just made 500% in the matter of 3 weeks or a month. Okay, so I just encourage you guys not to be greedy. If the indicator says sell, eventually one of these signals is going to be correct. You can see that signal was wrong, and this signal was wrong as well. Okay, but that's why we set a stop loss. Your stop loss should have been below the 9, which is the EMA. Same case here. Your stop loss should be at 199, but I think that thing will pull back to at least $2. And if $2 ends up breaking, it'll come back down here to 120 to 150, and we will have a great opportunity to cash in and take another trade on XRP if that happens. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pullback into the blue line on XRP. If I have a position on this, I am definitely taking at least half off here, selling at least half on XRP. Polka dot. I saw this one had a nice move today. Okay, we called this signal out last month. You got the monthly dot there in November on dot. What did it do? It pumped up. What did it do? It pulled back into the 9 EMA, pulled back into the 9 EMA. Okay, and now it's just ripping. So I'd look to take profits on this when this daily stochastic here hits that white dotted line or gives you a red dot, whichever one comes first. Okay, and I think this one, look at that, breaking out over its 1080 resistance. That one has some room to go. I'd say hold that one until that light blue line hits that white dotted line. That one could go on a run. Dot is one that hasn't really moved yet. Okay, it hasn't moved like HBAR or any of those names, but that one is in a very, very bullish run right now, but it's a little extended off the 9 here to buy. I would just keep holding the position here, and again, wait till the light blue line at least hits the white dotted line, or you get a red dot, whichever one comes first, but I think that one has some room to go there on dot. LCX. LCX also, just doing the Ripsky here. Again, sitting at a little bit too much of a premium for me. Okay, 15%. Okay, 50% off of the average. Again, When we're 50% off of the 30 EMA, guys, I think we are in, I know that we are somewhere in this territory, somewhere up in greed territory. Okay, we're in a mania phase. We want to be buying in the stealth or the awareness phase. So what we're looking for on LCX, if you haven't played it already, if you're in it, I would keep holding it. Okay, and I would just keep inching my stop loss up. I'd probably put the stop right there at 30 cents and let it ride. Okay, or potentially just take some profits, right? I mean, the wave is way up here. Okay, you're up off this green dot right here in November at 10 cents. You're sitting up 300% right now. So that was a beautiful move there. I personally want to see it pull back into the 30 EMA. That's what I want to look for. Okay, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I can guarantee you it will happen eventually. But I like this one. It is green on the monthly, just pointing straight up. Let's look for pullbacks either into our 9 EMA or our 30 EMA on LCX. And just put your stop at 30 cents there. We got BATS. BATS. That must be a stock. American British Tobacco. Looks good. Okay, green on the monthly. We're trending up. Let's look at the daily. The daily's trending down. So let's wait for this stochastic RSI to reset back at 0. And let's look for a bounce down here off of $2,819. Okay, a tobacco name. I've never seen that one before. I wonder if that was a... It wasn't a crypto. So I think that's what the one you were talking about. Okay, I'd like to buy that one into the 30 there. Okay, the 30 commonly acts as support, okay, for a stock that's trending up. You can see it bounced right there. It even wicked down into near it, okay, and then got sucked right back up, and now it's continuing to fall. So I'd look to buy that one around 28.50. AERO, that's going to be another altcoin here. That one is very, very strong trend here, okay, monthly's trending up. So what are we doing? We're looking for pullbacks on the daily into our 30, okay, into the blue line or into the orange line. Okay, you can see how it bounced right there on the blue line, bounced right there, bounced right there. Wonderful. Okay, if it breaks below the 30-day moving average, which it doesn't often, you can see on Snapchat it did. Okay, you can see it broke down below it. Okay, but it was right next to it, right? It was right next to it, and then it broke out over it. Your name, okay, your name bounced right on it. It bounced, boom, and consolidated right on it. Consolidation is just when we go sideways. If we're consolidating on the mean, on the 30-day moving average, that is a great time to pay attention, okay? That is what we call a stealth phase, okay? Because nobody's talking about stuff when it's not moving. It's not going up or it's not going down. Nobody's talking about it, right? If you see sideways action, consolidation like this, okay, on that dark blue line, okay, the 30 EMA, boom, you have liftoff, okay? And you can see how this one used the 9 EMA right there and bounced, came back in here. This is another place to look for a bounce. This is the part of the Bollinger Bands that we use on our trading indicator. But you can see how it bounced perfectly off that, bounced off of that, and then started using the 30, and now it's taken off. So I'd hold this one until you get the red dot sell signal, okay? You can see how we're grinding now on that white dotted line. Wait for the red dot on AERO. That's going to be an altcoin. Okay, but you're too late to buy that one. I mean, you're sitting way far off of the 9 and the 30 now. The time to buy was right here in this area. We got XLM, another name everybody and their mother is talking about. Okay, what are we doing? Look at the weekly chart, just extremely overbought. Monthly chart pointing straight up. Okay, so it's a super bullish name, and right now it's trying to bounce on that 9 EMA. You can see the candles have turned red. So I'm looking for XLM to reset, guys. I know I've been getting trolled on these names, but I don't care. I have my setup. I have what I'm looking for, and I want it. If I don't get it, I'm not going to take the trade. I'm not going to buy XLM because everybody on Twitter is buying it, guys. That's the dumbest trading strategy that you can have, okay? You're buying when everyone else is talking about it. My general rule of thumb is that if they're already talking about it, you're too late, okay? Because smart money unloads on retail. When retail's buying, that's when smart money, that's when the institutional investors, right, the hedge funds, the people with the billions and trillions of dollars, that's when they're selling to you guys. Because these guys can't sell unless you guys are buying, okay? And when we're 50% off of the monthly average, okay, well, 40% here on XLM, but we were as high as 60% at all-time highs. When we're that far off, you can bet your ass that that we're in this new paradigm phase. Oh my God, XLM is going to change the world. It's going to go to $17, right? It's in that territory. So what I want to see on XLM is a pullback right down here into 30 cents. I would love to see that. Is it going to happen? I don't know. If it doesn't, am I going to lose sleep over it? Absolutely not. I don't care. My trade is 80 to 85% accurate. Okay, if all the boxes on the trading rules that we went over at the beginning of this video, 80 to 85% accurate. Okay, I would rather have an 80 to 85% chance of being right than have like a 50% chance of being right here, that we're going to bounce right now. Okay, I do think XRP and XLM are going to sell off. I do think the SHIB are going to get slaughtered. It might happen fast. It might take a day to come down here. They might just wick it down and then wick it right back up. Okay, but if that happens, we're going to be ready to buy. Personally, I'd like to take profits on XLM up here. If you're not taking profits, I would definitely set a stop loss at like 46 cents. And it looks like it wants to break it. Okay, the trend is definitely not up right now, but if you're still holding, set that stop loss at 46 cents on XLM. Again, I just think 40% premium. I can't buy stuff at a 40% premium. I wouldn't buy my groceries at a 40% premium. I wouldn't buy my Christmas presents at a 40% premium. I would not buy my gas at a 40% premium. Why would I want to buy my assets that I'm trying to invest in and make money on? Warren Buffett says it best. Buy when there's blood in the streets. Okay, we called XLM out over here, guys, on the 6th at 9-10 cents. 9 or 10 cents is when we were buying this name. Not up here at 50, 60 cents. Okay, and it's just simply because, right, we've had the run. The run has already happened. You missed the boat. Okay, it's okay. There's always another trade. There's always more trades. There's always another opportunity. But when XLM and XRP come down into their averages, we are going to be looking to pounce. Don't worry. It's going to happen. It might not be tomorrow or the next day or next week or the week after that, but eventually it's going to happen, and you're going to feel a lot better when it does. Jasmine. Jasmine's been taken off. My dad's holding this coin, and he's up a little bit. I think he got in at like 3 cents. But that one has a green dot there on the monthly, and this thing's just ripping here on the daily. So I'd look to sell this one on a red dot. I'd be holding, looking to sell on a red dot on the daily chart. It looks good, but again, you're getting into that territory where you're starting to lift off here, right? You're sitting 22% off the 9 and 41% off of the 30, but you're sitting right at 4 cents right now. I'd look for a red dot, and I would sell that thing when you get it. Okay, the weekly chart also looking like it's just about ready to take off too. So, or it's already taken off. But the daily, okay, that green dot was a great place to enter right there on Jasmine at about 0.023. So kudos if you got in on that one. I continue to hold that and wait for a daily red dot there. But the monthly chart looks very, very strong. We got C3 AI from Smartass. What's up, Smartass? How you doing, brother? We got AI here, just doing the Ripski. Okay, nice looking trend here on the monthly. Okay, this one looks really, really good. And it's trying to bounce here off of its 9 EMA. Personally, I want to buy this thing more down in the $30 range. It's got earnings coming up here on the 9th of December. And that's about 20% where we're sitting right now. So if you're holding this one, use that stop loss at 35. That's where we're trying to bounce here off the 9. So 35.40 is your stop loss on AI. I like this one on the monthly. Okay, monthly's pointing straight up. And earnings could either send that thing or it could drop. It's got earnings on Monday, so I pay attention to what they do on earnings. If they miss earnings and it comes back into the 30, you can see how that's acting as support, right? Boom. Tapped it, bounce. Tapped it, bounce. Tapped it, ripped. Okay, I want that same pattern. I want it to come back down into that EMA, and I want it to bounce. Okay, it is trying to bounce on the 9 here, so like I said, use your stop loss at 35. If that breaks, sell it and go find the next trade. But earnings most likely will be the giver on that. Can you review the background, dark blue, light blue waves on the indicators? Yeah. So everything you see on the indicator is going to be a momentum indicator, right? The light blue line, it is a momentum indicator. If it's down here near 0, the light blue line, the stochastic RSI, if that's touching 0, right, that means the momentum's been overdone to the downside, right? It's boom, right, to the downside. If it's way up here, it means it's to the upside, okay? So with that light blue line, you want to wait till that thing sits around 0. I like to buy when that stochastic RSI is below 10. Okay, I don't always do that. Okay, I don't always follow that rule, but that's a good general practice. You want to buy when that light blue line is down here. And then with the blue wave, right, we can come back here to Bitcoin and just use this as an example, right? So if the blue wave is back down here, okay, this is the best place to buy, okay, normally, as long as we are trending above our moving average, our 30-day moving average, okay? When that stochastic, the light blue line gets down there and we're above the 30-day EMA, just like we were right here, that's a prime time setup right there on November 5th on Bitcoin. Boom, 66,000 all the way up to 99. Beautiful trade, right? And now we're back down here. So the blue wave is just an indicator, right? It tells you when you're oversold and it tells you when you're overbought. Typically, the way I trade, guys, is I want my name to be trending above the 30-day EMA. That is the blue line on my chart. Okay, normally if it's trending above the 30-day EMA, we have a green dot or a green candle on the monthly chart. Okay, so green candle or green dot on the monthly chart, and then we look for the pullback into the mean, right? That mean on the cheat sheet. Okay, into the average. So we want the mean, the average, to be acting as support, right? We want that to be below us because it's used as a support level where we bounce. If we're below it, right, you can see how it acts as resistance, 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 resistance. Boom, breakout, okay, we're ripping, came back into it, failed, okay, weak market, okay. You can see up here, boom, rip, okay, came down, stochastic came back down here to 0. What did it do? It bounced right off the 9 and absolutely ripped. What did it do over here? Okay, went up, okay, came back, tapped it, ripped, came back, tapped it, pumped, came back, tapped it, ripped. And then we broke down below it, and we broke back above it. So the prime time trades are the ones that are bouncing on the 30 EMA. That is my A1 list setup. Okay, I want to do that over and over and over and over again. Okay, if you guys are over here, you guys notice I post all my trades right here. All my trades that I take go in the Discord. I bought Airbnb today. Okay, I bought Rivian the other day. I bought Snapchat. I bought CRO. Okay, I post all those. You guys will notice I don't trade every single day. I might trade 1 or 2 times a week. Okay, because I have a strategy, a formula, a pattern that I constantly want to follow. Okay, if you can find a pattern or a strategy that works 80% of the time, okay, and you could do it over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to be successful. Okay, but unless you have that strategy, you're really just going off nothing. You're going off of hope. If you're buying XRP because everyone on Twitter is saying buy XRP, that's not a strategy, guys. Okay? In my opinion, right, XRP is not a good time to buy at all. Because once again, you wouldn't go to the grocery store and buy your groceries on a month where it's up. If you knew that the grocery prices were going to be up 48% in the month of December, would you go buy your groceries or would you wait till January? Most likely, you would probably wait till January. Right? So it's the same thing with the stocks and the assets that we're trying to buy and make money on. Okay, if we're buying things at a 50% premium, most likely we will never make money in these markets. But if we're buying them at the average, if we're buying them at the mean at a fair price is when it's around the average. Okay, in a super bullish market, like I said, it's going to be the 9. It's going to be that orange line. But if it's not a very bullish market, it'll most likely be the 30. I took a trade on Airbnb today. Why? Well, because we got the monthly chart with a green dot in December, okay? And then we look at the daily, and what do we got? We got consolidation. 4 red candles sitting right on the blue line, right on the mean. No. Okay, right on the mean. So I'm going to predict that a green dot is going to come on Airbnb tomorrow, and we're going to be higher. Why? Because that has acted as support in the past. Boom, came down into it. Boom, came down into it. This one broke it, but then it popped right back over it. So as long as you have the green dot on the monthly chart, guys, you can be assured that over the coming months, we're going to be up. Okay, so with the monthly chart pointing up, we want to look at the daily and try to pinpoint our entries as close to that blue line with a green dot as possible. Okay? So not every green dot is going to be a buy signal, guys. Not everyone's going to be created equal. The best ones to buy are the ones that are breaking the averages or the ones that are pulling back and bouncing off of it. I'm gonna say Airbnb is going to have a green dot tomorrow. If it doesn't, that's why we set a stop loss. Okay, stop loss right there at $39.95. If that breaks, I'm wrong on the trade. I know I'm wrong on the trade, but I can assume that it's going to be green because we're sitting here consolidating, right? And if I switch to normal candles, you can see we got a big fat green candle right there breaking this high. Okay, so It's all about the average, folks. Buying as close to that as possible. The closer we are, the fairer of a price that you're going to get on the daily chart. Again, I can be assured that we are going up on the monthly chart because the dot is green. I'm not worried about the direction because I think the favor, it's in my favor, right? Because when we're green, we go up. When we're red, we go down. That's why we use the monthly. As long as the monthly candle or the monthly dot is green, we're in here on the daily trying to buy as close to that moving average as possible. Again, I made a really, really good video last night. Okay, I got a lot of good feedback on it. It's over here in the trading course. Okay, mastering moving averages. This is a great video to watch to understand the indicators, right? The EMAs on our indicator and how to use them, guys. It's clutch. It's like a 20-minute video that you guys can go watch after this. So I hope that answers your question. I know it was kind of all over the place, but typically the deeper the wave, they say the better. But really what I like to pay attention to is mostly the stochastic RSI, this light blue line. When that thing's down here on the ground and we're above the 30 EMA, I am actively looking for a position on the daily, okay? Just like it was down here. I know it was a little bit below it. Nothing's perfect, but we had a green candle right here. I would have been entering that position right there at 130. I missed that on Airbnb. It pumped up, but now it's pulling back. So I'm playing the breakout here of Airbnb. So if you look at the blue wave on something like Bitcoin, you could see when the blue wave was down here, you can see that was a massive bear market, right? Boom. 2023, 15,000, okay? 2019, right there, right, 4,000. Okay, 2015, $300. And when the wave's way up here, this is when we're getting near the top. So Bitcoin still, the wave is way, way up here. I'm not saying this thing can't run up for the next 6-7 months or 3-4 months, right? But I would rather be buying Bitcoin right down here, right, going big. And obviously we're long on Bitcoin because the dot is green. But as long as the last dot remains green, we're going up, folks, on the monthly. Okay, there's nothing else you really have to worry about. And look at Bitcoin's breaking 99 here, dude. Bitcoin's going for the 100K ski. Okay, stop loss on Bitcoin is going to be 93. I think we're going to see a green daily dot here either by the end of today or tomorrow, December 5th. That's a beautiful looking candle right there. Wow, up 99,000 today. Okay, and again, the monthly is green. So Bitcoin breaking out here, folks. Watch it. Watch that 100K today. If we break 100K today, dude, we're probably heading up to 110. That's my next target on Bitcoin if 100K breaks. But that looks really, really bullish. We got a green dot alert over here on Riot. Okay, Riot showed a green dot on the daily. We saw that, I think that was a couple hours ago. We called that out over there in the Discord. And look at that, okay? Breaking out here on a green dot. So we look to sell Riot when the stochastic RSI, this light blue line, gets back up here and touches that white dotted line. I think that'd be a great, great place to take some profits on Riot. But this thing is setting up here. And the stop loss on that trade is going to be 1170 there. Let's get back here. SOS for Grady. That one is green on the monthly. Okay, and the daily's kind of just chopping around. I don't know. Looks like I don't know, man. Looks like a pretty ugly chart to me. I don't know. This one's hard to read. I'd put a stop loss at $9 if you hold that one. I think there's some better names you could be looking at right now. OG token. Probably looks like an altcoin here. Looks like a pump and dump. Yeah, I'd set a stop loss on this one at $5.43. It's got a green dot today, so just make sure that 543 level holds that yellow line. That's the low from yesterday on OG token. I recommend you guys only trade high caps. Don't chase meme coins or low cap coins just because it's just better to trade names that are liquid, right? That have volume, and you know, that way it's easier or harder for the market maker to flush you out. Here's TCOM. This is TripCom. Okay, monthly chart looks really good. The daily chart, you could see we had a nice pullback there in a doji. Boom, rip. Okay, now it's getting a little overextended though. It looks like it has resistance up here at 69. So I'd watch for a break of that. Probably look to sell that one. I mean, you're already touching the white dotted line, so look to sell that one on the red dot or maybe even potentially take some profits right now. SHIB. Shiba. Shiba Inu. Okay, we got the green dot on the monthly called out back in November. Trending up. Right now, I'd set a stop loss right below that 9 EMA at 0.00027. But again, you got the red dot right there, so that's scary, right? I put the stop loss on this one if you're holding it right here at the bottom of that red candle. Put it right there at 0.00026. But that one's trying to make a break for it. It's just got a red dot on the indicator. So I would use caution, and I would use a stop loss right there at that level. You could even probably move it up a little bit to 0.0027. But again, look where the wave is. Look what the color of the dot is on the daily. So you could expect a short-term pullback on that one. I'm going to guess the weekly's pretty overextended here too. So watch for this one to break out. I mean, if Bitcoin breaks out over 100K, folks, I think these altcoins will probably follow it. So watch for a break on that one of the high from a couple days ago at 0.000033. We got Blast, B-L-A-S-T, USD. This one looks like another altcoin here. So this one's trying to take off. I like this. It's not a bad setup with the bounce off there, the 9. I put a stop loss at 0.012 on that one. And monthly chart looks really good. I don't know what this thing is, but that monthly chart looks really, really good there. Okay, nice big green candle there. Just set your stop loss right there at 12 cents. This is actually a pretty good setup here for an altcoin play. That's Blast, B-L-A-S-T. I don't know what that is, but if you guys are members, you have access to this research tool over here. So if you type in /info and then you type in the ticker name. So this one was Blast. It's going to be a crypto. You could actually look up the fundamentals of the coin. You could see it has a $292 million market cap. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain. And you can see the total supply and what it does. It automatically passing the yield back to winners, back to users. It's an L2. And it looks like you could stake ETH for 3.4% on their platform and 8% for stablecoins. So I like the monthly chart on this. And it had a big pullback into 11 cents there. But this thing could blast off here from a penny. And it's a pretty low market cap coin. So this is an interesting play. Okay, an interesting altcoin that's going to be a lower cap play. So obviously a little bit more risky. But if you guys are looking for an altcoin, that one doesn't look bad. And that's just based on what I'm seeing there on the monthly chart. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months down. And today, or this month, is the first monthly green candle. So we can expect that. What's the all-time highs? Up there at 3 cents. That's about 200% from where we were. I would just make sure that one holds our 9 EMA there. That's our orange line on our screen. And set a stop loss right there. PAAL. Same thing. You got a red dot. So, yeah, I just don't. I'm not a big fan of buying red dots at all. I put a stop loss at 25. I'd actually, if it was me, I'd be probably taking some profits here on PAAL. The monthly chart is green and pointing up, though. So, the monthly's pointing up. I just keep moving your stop up. Probably put your stop right there at 26 cents. AIOZ. Okay, monthly chart is pretty extended, but it is very, very bullish. And again, you got a red dot. So personally, I'd be taking some profits looking for that pullback either into one of the moving averages, either at 79 cents or right there at 98 on AIOZ. We covered DOT, Axon DAO. DAO. Okay, Axon. And this thing's just ripping too. I mean, boom. Monthly chart just absolutely going. Okay, pulled back into the 9 there at about 600. Now it's sitting at 688. So keep moving your stop up on this. It got a green dot yesterday. So stop loss is going to be right there at 649, the bottom of today's candle. I look to take profits when the stochastic RSI hits that white dotted line, or we get a red dot, whichever one comes first. Probably look for 720 on that one. DAO. DAO maker. Are you talking about this one? Okay, green monthly on that one too. And you got a green dot here on the daily. So we're bouncing on the 9 EMA here. 43 cents is going to be your stop loss on that one. XMR. XMR is doing the ripski here. Okay, again, sitting pretty far off the average. You got the monthly breaking out there as well. Okay, that one's sitting pretty far off the average right now. So I wouldn't be looking to open a position. It's only 13% actually. So I just keep inching my stop loss up. I'm going to say this one's a hold. And we got the monthly chart here breaking out at the moment. So got someone at my door. I'm just going to go ahead and ignore it. We got X. This is steel. X has a green dot on the monthly. They sold off. There was some news that Donald Trump made a deal with some German steel company the other day. So there was an 8% decline in the stock, but you see it's coming right back down into that green line right now. I'd be waiting for this one to give you a green dot, but 36.90 is going to be that level you want to watch. Okay, you can see we bounced on the green line there, bouncing on the green line here. 36.90 is going to be a very important level that we need to hold. I'd be watching that. I'd wait for a green dot on this name. But again, that was a pretty weird sell-off, about 8% the other day on that news of, it looks like, decline in its stock price due to Chinese export restrictions. So something to do with exports. I do like the monthly chart still. Okay, the monthly chart is still pointing up. I just make sure we hold on to that 36.90 level on X. Math USDT. Okay, that one looks like it's breaking out too. We got green candles going off everywhere, and that one's breaking out today on the daily as well. So I got a stop loss. Put your stop loss on this one at 30 cents and let that thing ride. Okay, let that thing ride. Watch for a profit-taking opportunity. It's pretty overextended here on the wave, but in this kind of market, you know, that doesn't really matter. So 30 cents is your stop loss on this one. Just make sure it holds our EMAs, right? It's riding the 9 right now, so you can even move it up to like 31 if you want to be a little bit more conservative. But we'll see what happens. 31 cents is the level you want to watch on that, but looks bullish to me. PopCat. Look at the monthly. Monthly is red here. So personally not looking to take a position. I think this was a meme coin that someone created. 125 is going to be the level you want to watch if you're in it. Again, it's green down here on the daily, which is great, but we're sitting right below our 30. We're breaking above the 9 right now. So I mean, if you want to play this one, I play these green dots down here on the daily with a stop loss at 125. Meta Hero. Meta Hero. Okay, I don't know. I can't even tell you. Trying to break out today, but just a super illiquid name. So this is going to be one of those pump and dump meme coins. Not much I can tell you there, bud. ON. It's a semiconductor here. Red on the monthly, not looking at it. CMCA, or this is Comcast. I heard these guys are trying to sell their MSNBC. That is green on the monthly, but the daily's selling off here. So it's just kind of consolidating right here. If you're in this name, you want to set a stop loss at the bottom of this candle right here. That's at $42. It's about a 50% risk. I'd personally wait for another green dot. I think that thing will probably come down here and bounce around 41. But there was that news that they're potentially going to be selling their MSNBC, so the stock or the stock could go either way off that news, whether it goes through or not. DJT, good request here. Nice request on DJT. That one had a green dot showing up last month, and I believe this one's up around 5% today. It was consolidating right there on the 9 EMA. It's now breaking out over the 30-day moving average, so that's a good sign. I'd still put the stop loss on this one at 30. You can inch it up if you want to, right, to like 31.50. But just keep inching that thing up, and I would look to sell this one when the wave, this blue wave, gets back closer up here. Right, we're sitting right about at 40 right now. The stochastic is touching the white dotted line, but it could grind up. Okay, I just make sure this one holds that 9 EMA. My target on DJT is going to be right there at like 44. I think that's a good target to take some profits right there. Okay, and the wave is still rolling here. So let's wait for a red dot on this one, but I don't think there's anything holding this one back from going up there and touching 44 there on DJT. That's a nice trade. Whoever got in on this dot here on the 19th, that was around $30. You're already up 20% on the name. So nice trade there. ATAI. It's another stock. Okay, monthly looks good. Good call out on the monthly, and now it's just bouncing around. Okay, it looks like a penny stock, so I'd like to buy it off that 30 EMA right there at 141. Okay, it's kind of has a similar pattern though. See, it sells off for 2 days, pumps, sells off for 2 days, pumps, sells off for 2 days. Let's see if that pattern continues. But I would be looking for this thing to get closer to 0 and closer to our 30 EMA there. If we can come back down here and bounce off 140, I think that one could set up nicely. J Blue, this one had a nice move today as well. Okay, we called this one out on last week's watch list. If you guys want access to the watch list, it's going to be in this tab right here. This was Saturday's video. We drop a watch list every single Saturday. You can also check out the list just by clicking on these links in here. This was our green list for the week, all the names that we were looking to buy this week. Okay, we had Doge on there, Solana, Snap, Airbnb, Chronos, Rivian, DJT, GameStop, Roblox. Okay, we had all those names in there from last week. We drop a watch list on YouTube every single Saturday. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell and never miss a watch list. But you guys can always come back and watch those right here in the watch list tab and then get access to the exact names that we are watching here. You can also watch them here if you're not a member. Right here, you can get all the latest YouTube videos. In the latest tab here, the Discord is free to join. We do have a membership opportunity where you get access to trade alerts, watch lists, advanced market analysis. You can request charts for these videos, 24/7 trade support, member chat, giveaways, and more. And we have a community. I think we're close to 600 people now, and it costs about $4 a month to join. Again, guys, beware of scammers over here in the Discord. There is a ton of them going around these days, and I hate seeing people getting scammed, but there's really not much I can do, guys. Okay, I will never add you as a friend or send you a DM first. So please, please, please beware of scammers. My only two products I have are the membership and the trading indicator that we are talking about here today on this channel. So please, please, please beware of scammers. Do not accept any friend requests from Overkill because it is a fake account. But JBlue had a really nice move. This was on the watch list for the week. And I don't know why that... I think I actually took that one out, but you can see how it pumped up here. Boom. Nice pump. Stochastic got pretty close there. It went from 570 all the way up to around 750. Sold off. Okay, and then what did we do? We got the green dot there on the second. What did it do? It broke over the 9 EMA. Okay, the green dots that break over the EMAs are the takeoff phase, right when we're breaking over our mean, our average. Okay, broke over that. And today we broke out over the 30. So looking to sell JBlue when the stochastic gets back up here to the white dotted line. But if you entered on this green dot, congratulations. That was at around $6. You're up about 10-15% right now. So I'd probably look for that one to top out near $7.50 to $8 on that. But again, just wait for the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, to get back up here toward that white dotted line. But that was a nice trade. Beautiful trade. XOM. This is energy play here. Okay, monthly chart is red, so it's just really choppy right now. Super, super choppy. You can see you got the DOGE yesterday, but where were we? We were below the mean. We were below the average. So it wasn't, in my opinion, a good entry because we were below that 30-day moving average. We want to be bouncing on that 30-day moving average, bouncing on it, okay? Bouncing on it, okay? I know it was near it, but you should have set that stop loss if you entered on it at like 117.5, right at the bottom of that green DOGE candle. That broke this morning, and it's selling off pretty hard. So again, I don't like the fact that the candle's red on the monthly here. VSAT. Ooh, monthly chart. Ugly. Okay, trending down, guys. We want to trade with the trend when it's trending up. Okay, do not touch anything that's red on the monthly. That is my advice. If you can just do that, honestly, you're going to put yourself in front of a lot of other people because most people, right, are buying during this time because, oh, it's a dip. It's just dipping, dude. It just it keeps dipping, keeps dipping, keeps dipping. We want to buy assets during this time, right? During an uptrend. During an uptrend. This looks awful. Okay, that looks awful. PLTR. Is it a good idea to start shorting this stock? Okay, I mean, it's ran really, really hard. But I will never short anything unless it has a red dot on the monthly. Okay, I would wait for the red dot on the monthly to short. This thing just keeps going up. So personally, I would not short this. I would look for pullbacks into that 30. And I wouldn't think about shorting until we get that green dot or the red dot on the monthly chart. Once you get the red dot on the monthly chart, then you want to use the same exact strategy of, okay, once we hit this, we're buying, right? So when it's red on the monthly, it's most likely below. It's most likely below this average. So you would want to play, right? You would want to play, I mean, this thing is going to be hard to do, but you would want to play the opposite, right? You'd want to play the bounces up into it and short that. Short that, okay? Could have shorted right there. Could have shorted right here. Okay, could have shorted right there. Could have shorted right there. When the direction is this strong, you don't want to short it, right? I mean, you just don't want to short a name that's this strong. You want to buy every pullback into the moving average. So I would recommend not doing that. I would recommend not shorting stocks that are extremely, extremely strong. If you can quickly go over Raising your stop loss as you were getting profit. Thank you. Mara, for example, I bought at 22. It went up to 30. I pushed my stop loss to 28, and it came down and sold. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're using a stop loss and your stop loss gets hit, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes, guys. There's no perfect way to do anything. But, you know, there's ways to go around it. So, you can see, I mean, if your stop loss got hit at 28, that's a pretty good trade. I mean, you got out pretty far near you got out right there. So it went to 30 and it went down to 28. So now it's down an additional 10% from where you sold it. That's pretty good, dude. I mean, that's good. When we get this extension, guys, when we get this extension, if you're seeing the bottom of the candle off of that 9 EMA, just like it was there, just like it was there, just like it was there, that's normally time to sell because it's trading at a premium. Okay, it's at a premium. So as names move up, right? And some of these names are very volatile. Like Mara's a very volatile name. Like it can go up 20% and down 30% the next day. That's just because of how it trades. But I would just keep moving it up at the bottom of the daily candle, right? Bottom of the daily candle, bottom of the daily candle. You actually did good setting it right there at 28. And you should be happy that you got stopped out because now it's down here at 25. Well, now you can buy back in at 25 and get it at a 10% cheaper price because you sold right here. So now that it's down here, you can buy back in if you get a green dot or if you feel comfortable, if you think this thing's going to bounce off the 9 here. Did Bitcoin break 100 yet? Nope, got rejected again. But yeah, so I hope that makes sense. There's really no way to do it, no right way to do it. Okay, I just always, if I'm up a lot, I'll set a tighter stop. I'll probably move into like the hourly instead of stop, right? So, I mean, there's just no really one way to do it, dude. Like, see how as this thing's trending up, we pulled back, so you want to move it probably back right there, okay? Moved it up, probably want to set it right there, okay? Moved up, bounced, probably want to set it right there. So you did a good job of setting it at 28. That was a good time to take some profits, but there's really no right or wrong way to do it, right? I normally will use a daily candle, and I will just keep moving it up, okay? I'll keep moving it up. I'll keep moving it up. And if it hits, and I'm up 30, 40%, and I missed out on 5%, well, that's okay, right? Because our goal is to never time the exact top. We want to get out near it. We want to get out. You can see, you want to sell into the greed. We want to sell into it, okay? Because if you think it's just going to keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, eventually you're going to get dumped on, right? It happens over and over and over again. Nothing goes straight up. Nothing goes straight up. PLTR, yeah, I wouldn't short it. I would not short it. Please keep the watch list coming. Yep, you can watch that watch list right over there in the watch list tab. You should always sell a little bit on the way up. Yeah. And guys, there's no perfect way to take profits. Okay, notice I have a bunch of different ways I take profits. I'll either take profits when the stochastic, the light blue line, hits this white dotted line. In my opinion, that's the best way to do it. Do you miss out on some gains sometimes? Yes, but at least you're still making profits. Right? At least you're still making money. The goal is to be consistent. To be consistent. How do I be consistent with my trading? How do I make 20% every trade that I take? How do I make 10, 20, 30%? I'm not shooting for 4, 5, 600, 10Xs like everyone else talks about because it's just not realistic. The moves you've seen on XRP and XLM over the last month are not realistic. Okay, this does not happen. You don't see 500% in a month very often. Never, actually. I mean, I've never seen it happen. I've never seen a move like this. So it's just not realistic, right? Most of the time, it's like 10, 20%. Okay? From 12, I mean, look at this move. Okay? What did we do? We came back down into the mean. We bounced. Okay? There's 16%. Take it. Go to the bank. Okay? Same thing. Pulled back. Okay? Sometimes you get a little bit of a triple. Maybe you hit a triple. 44%. Great. Okay? I mean, not every move is going to be a freaking home run. And if you're shooting for home runs every time, you're going to strike out 9 times out of 10. So the goal is to be consistent. When this stochastic RSI gets up here on the daily, that's when I like to look to take profits. That's when I like to look to cash out at least half of my position. Most of the time, I'm just going to cash out the whole position because guess what? There's always going to be, look at that, candle flipped green on Airbnb today. Beautiful. Okay, there's always going to be another trade, guys, because these markets move in waves up and down, okay? Not buying that, okay? Buying when we're above the mean, trending around the mean, boom. Buying, 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 buying. Okay, not below the mean, okay, above the mean. Okay, when the last dot is green on the monthly. That's the most important thing. If you guys can just buy names with the last dot green on the monthly, you'll probably make money. You'll make more money than most people do. Because most people are buying names that are trending down. And that's just the reality of the situation. Okay, so yeah, watch list right there from Saturday. Boom, we'll drop another one this Saturday. I'm new here. Can somebody show me the ropes quickly, if you guys don't mind? Guys, I go here to the trading course. If you guys are new, I'd highly recommend watching every single one of these videos. And it looks like someone took that in bed off again. Let me go ahead and drop this again. Okay, so I'd start with this video, then I'd go to 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 this video, then you can watch this video. So free trading course. If you guys are new, you guys can get that completely free. I want to help you guys. I'm here to educate. Okay, I want you guys to learn. I want you guys to understand what I am saying and why I'm saying it. I'm not just blurting stuff out. I've done this for 8 years, guys. I have a freaking doctorate degree in this, okay? And I've lost many, many times. But I've learned a lot. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is what I have learned with my losses, okay? I am up a substantial amount of money this year. Last year was my first profitable year in 8 years of trading, okay? These last 2 years are the only 2 years I have been profitable in 8 years. And I'm trying to teach you guys everything that I've learned throughout those first 6 years of losing that I apply today to actually make money doing this. So it's not about, I'm not here to tell you what to buy or when to buy or anything like that. I really just want to educate you guys to understand that, hey, this is when it makes sense to buy. This is when it makes sense to sell. Is any trading strategy going to be 100%? No. If somebody claims they're 100%, they're a liar. Okay, nothing is 100%. But I truly believe that the strategy that I'm talking about, if you guys can incorporate the rules and understand that, yes, you should only be buying assets that are green on the monthly, okay, and then looking for a fair price, right? Looking to buy when it's fair, when it's around that moving average, as long as we are green on the monthly. In my opinion, guys, that's the best strategy that you can use as a swing trader. If you're day trading and looking at the minute or 5-minute chart, which is what a lot of people want to do these days, and I don't know why, because 90 to 95% of day traders fail. Okay, that's why I choose the swing trade, because it's not a failing strategy. It's 80 to 85% accurate, right? 80 to 85% accurate. And we know when we take trades when we're wrong. Like if I know I'm going to be wrong on Airbnb if 134 breaks, 134.80. If that breaks, I'm wrong. How much am I going to lose on this trade that I took today? Okay, if I lose, I'm going to lose 2-3%. But if I win and it goes back up to 150, I'm losing 2%. But if I win, I'm going to make twice that, 6%. If it goes up to 160, I'll make 15%. Okay, so it's all about, okay, you want to win more than you lose, but when you risk money, like if you're putting on a trade, you want to make sure your risk is very, very small. And you know when you're going to be wrong on the trade. Okay, and most of the time, you want to set the stop loss at the bottom of the candle you enter on. So I either enter on doji candles that look like this, or I enter on the candles with the green dots on the daily. Okay, and they have to be breaking out over a moving average. They have to be breaking a moving average, or they have to be bouncing off of a moving average, just like this did here. Bounced off of it. Broke over the 9, ripped up. So that's my goal here, guys. I'm not here to tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to do anything. Right? I want to educate. That is my overall goal of this channel. And it has been since day one. Okay. Sorry, I had to close my window here. I think I got someone here in my house cleaning the shutters or something. Let's see here. So yeah, I'd recommend checking out that trading course. Solana from Mitch. SOL USD. Okay, Solana, another name. Looking very, very strong. And look at that. It's bouncing right on that moving average. So I actually like this setup on Solana today. I put a stop loss at 223, and you're playing this doji candle here. Okay, playing the doji candle, that actually looks really good. Okay, I want to actually post this one over here in the Discord. I'm going to post this. I'll update this later. But Solana looks very, very interesting. Bouncing right on the 30. Look at that. Pulled back into the 30, ripped. Pulled back into the 30. Okay, nice green candle today with volume. So, again, I'd use a stop loss on this trade today at 223. I think Solana looks really good. You can expect a green dot to come here either Thursday or Friday, as long as, I'm going to say 220 holds. Okay, as long as 220 holds, I think this one looks excellent. Okay, so the stop loss on my trades is always going to be the yellow line that I post. Okay, the yellow line is not part of the trading indicator. It is just this horizontal line right here that I use. Okay, horizontal line, boom. I just put that, and I click on my chart, and then I can move it around. Okay, so boom, that's going to be right there. I'm going to put it right there at 220. But I think this one's prone for a bounce, especially because Bitcoin's pumping here. If we got some more in the tank, dude, and 220 holds, you're going to see a green dot just like that. Okay, just like that from November 6th that came right there at 166. You're going to see that in the next couple days. So Solana looks really, really good. Really, really good here. Okay, bouncing on our average, just like we bounced right there, just like we bounced right there. Okay, looks really good. The trend is very, very strong on Solana. TGT, Target. Target. My wife loves Target. Absolutely loves it. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of like it too. But red on the monthly though, right? Red on the monthly, not touching it. Sorry, Target. Not today. You're not going to get my money today, Target. No. Nice. Nice call out here. Green dot on the monthly here. Beautiful. Okay. And it is now bouncing off that 9 EMA. So I'd use a stop loss on this name. Put it right there at 182 and let this thing ride. I'd look to sell this one when the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, gets back up here and touches the white dotted line. ENJ. ENJ is just ripping right now. Okay, monthly looks really good, breaking out. Okay, playing the daily now. Okay, we're in here on the daily looking for pullbacks. Okay, right now you're sitting 15% off of the 9, and you're sitting 40% off of the 30. You got a green dot today, but I mean, this thing, I like to buy when I see red candles, right? At least 3 or 4 red candles into a moving average. This thing's gone up for 20 days in a row. So I'd just be holding that one and inching your stop loss up. Move your stop loss up to 33 cents and just continue to let it ride. I'd put a stop loss at 33 and let that thing ride. SHLS. Shoals Technology. Okay, red. Ugly. It already produced green dot on the monthly. November looks like it will finish with a hammer candle. Yeah, it's a green monthly, but look at the candles. They're red. It's just ugly. 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 ETH. Ethereum. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, green dot on the monthly in December. Beautiful. What are we looking for? We're looking for pullbacks either into the 9 or the 200. So this one you can see bounced on the 9 there. The trade on that, you're going to want to put a stop loss right here at 3,500. 3,500 is your stop loss on Ethereum. And again, it's just using that orange line as support. So let's continue to ride that thing up. And again, set your stop loss right here at 3,600. Crypto looks like it wants to just fly right now, dude. I mean, it just doesn't want to slow down. It's insane. Core chain. Core chain. Okay, that one's pumping. And we are trying to bounce right now off the daily. Monthly looks good. So use your stop loss at 147 on this one. Okay, as long as it holds our 9 EMA, you can even move your stop loss down a little bit to 140. As long as it holds the 9 EMA, it looks good. Okay, nice doji candle. Watch for some continuation on this one. Okay, monthly looks good. The daily just needs to hold 140. If 140 breaks, we'll probably come back down here to 111. Again, I'm just going to take your first 3 here. So you got VET. VET is just ripping. That thing hit 8 cents. I told my brother to buy this at like 0.015. He's happier than a clam right now. But the monthly's just going parabolic here. Another one, not a bad place to maybe think about taking some profits here. Again, the stochastics up here touching that white dotted line. The weekly chart is extremely, extremely overbought. I think this one has some continuation in it, though. I'd move my stop. I mean, look how far you're sitting, guys. Look how far you're sitting here off the 9. Okay, you're sitting 22% off the 9 and 49% off the 30. So I'd keep inching my stop loss up. I put my stop loss at 6 cents. If 6 cents breaks, I'd sell it and then look for another place to get in. But I don't think this is a bad place to take some off the table here. CRO. CRO is green on the monthly. I'm actually holding this position right now. I have been in this name since we got the green dot from a couple days ago, about 5 days ago, right here on the 30th. Again, the green dot came on that orange line. Boom, I entered the position there. Okay, and now it's pumping. So let this thing ride. I mean, the stochastic RSI is only sitting at 37 right now. Okay, I would look to sell when it gets back up here to the white dotted line. I think this thing's easily going to hit 30, 35 cents here in the next week or so. Okay, we need to break out over 23 cents. Okay, 23 cents is a big level. If we break that, this thing's going right to 30 to 35 cents. Easy. Looking to sell this one on when the stochastic hits that white dotted line. QNT. QNT. Okay, we called this one out at 90 cents. Okay, if you guys want to see that, QNT was posted right here. QNT, we were sitting at $94. I said, boom, we're consolidating right there on the 9. Okay, nice consolidation on our 9 EMA. $90 was the stop loss. That was the bottom of this candle. That was at $94. It is now sitting at $152. You are now closely up to about, I mean, you're just ripping. I mean, we called this out right here on the 29th at 92 or so. I think it was 94, but I mean, you're already up 60, 70%. Personally, I'd be looking to take some profits here. Again, we're up. I mean, we're 23% off the 9, and we are 42% off of the 30. Again, I don't want to be greedy, guys. If I'm up to 70, 60, 70%, I normally like to take my profits because it can always go either way. You can see the stochastic hitting that white dotted line. I don't think this is a bad place to at least sell half. Take half off the table if you're up, 100%. You get your initial investment out. You get the money back. You let the profits ride. But it's completely up to you. Again, when the stochastic hits the white dotted line is when I like to take my profits, especially if I'm up over 70%. I mean, that's just insane. Like I said, most people are happy by giving their money managers all their money and then paying them 5% a year. It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay, you just made 70% in 6 days. So you're ahead of most people if you're taking profits here. Again, my goal is not to be greedy, guys. I'm not a forever holder. I'm not diamond hands. I'm somebody that's just trying to be consistent with their trading. Silver's got a red dot on the monthly, therefore I would not be touching that. NVIDIA red yet on the monthly? No, it's not. NVIDIA is just never going to go down. You just buy it with your eyes closed and you're going to make money. Breaking out today, I put the stop loss at 138 on that and probably look to take profits around 150. This thing's got to crack eventually. I mean, it's a $3 trillion market cap. We've gone straight up. I mean, from 2022, look at that. Green dot came in December of 2022 at $15. It's sitting at 150. That's a 10x trade on NVIDIA there. So congratulations on that. And you can see pulled back into our green line there. That's part of the Bollinger Bands. Also a decent place to look to take profits. But the best time to buy, again, is either the bounce off it or the break over it. So today was the confirmation that we're going higher. I'd buy NVIDIA here with a stop loss at 38. I actually would have probably bought it on this doji candle right here if I was hunting it. We got that 4-day pullback doji candle. Now it's ripping. So watch for that one to come up and hit 150 there. If 150 breaks, I mean, we're just going to keep on climbing, keep on going, right? Nothing to worry about here, right? Nothing to worry about. Just 24, 25 months up in a row. Nothing bad could happen, right? Nothing bad could happen. Solana we covered. Snap. Snap's another position I personally took a position on. I really like this name, okay? It's got a green candle here on the monthly. No dot yet, so we're anticipating that. I took into consideration the weekly too on this. We got the weekly dot last week in November bouncing on our 9-week EMA, and then the daily. This signal came right here on the 22nd. We broke over both EMAs there, and this thing's just grinding up. So I'd buy any pullback into the 9 on this thing. I think the trend is very strong. Yes, we're sitting up here on the stochastic. I probably got a stop loss put the stop loss at like 12 here. I think this one, if it breaks 13 tomorrow or this week, right, if we break over 13, I think this one's going straight to 16. Okay, I'll probably look to sell this one around 15, but I'm going to continue to hold this one and monitor it. If we break down or something crazy happens or we get a red dot, I'll probably look to sell it. But I don't see that coming here in the next couple of days. So I'll probably look to sell this one probably into next week. If we hit $15, $16, I'm definitely going to be taking profits on that one. I think I'm up like 10, 12%. But if you got in on this green dot, I got in a little late, like right in this area. But if you got in on this green dot, you're up probably around 20% right now. So that's a good trade. I'm going to continue to hold that one, and I'm looking for a red dot on the chart. Amazon. Another trade we took last week as well. Again, we just identified that, hey, we got a green dot on the monthly chart. Wonderful. Let's look at the daily and let's look for a pullback into our blue line. What did we get? A pullback into our blue line. The entry candle was called out on this right here at about 200, and it's sitting at 220 right now. So again, just another, I mean, Amazon's a large market cap, so it's not going to move 500%, but that's a 10% move right there. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, I'd look to sell when the stochastic RSI comes up there and hits that white dotted line, but that was an excellent, excellent trade here. Perfectly executed. Okay, I actually want to go ahead and go over this one with you guys later too. I'm just going to drop that one I'm not going to drop that one because you guys aren't going to know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to try to go over that one, maybe do a TikTok video on that trade. Again, this was a perfect trade, guys. I mean, it was a prime time setup. This is exactly what we are looking for. Green dot on the monthly. We zoom into the daily. What are we looking for on the daily? We're looking for at least a 3 or 4 candle pullback. We got 6 days of pulling back right into the moving average, right? What do? We bounced right there on the moving average, bounced right there on the moving average, bounced right there on the moving average, bounced right there on the moving average. But a 6-bar pullback into the moving average with the stochastic down here, okay, that was a money prime time setup there on Amazon. And 10% is a great trade for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-day hold. So again, might have a little more juice on it. My target was 220 on that. It looks like that hit today. So I'd be looking to sell when the stochastic comes back up here and touches that white dotted line. But that was a beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade there. XLM we already covered. Polka dot we already covered. I'm going to cover your first 3 here. REN. REN. That one is green on the monthly. Looks like an altcoin. Very, very illiquid name, but we're bouncing right on our 30. So I'd put a stop loss on this one at 0.039. We got Con coin lifting off. Didn't their CEO get arrested or something? That's got a monthly green dot. Monthly green dot there. Again, it pulled back into what? Into our moving average, our 9 EMA. Now we're sitting pretty far off of it. I put the stop loss right there at 650 and let that thing ride. NPC. NPC. Is that a crypto? I'm going to guess you're talking about the crypto here. Monthly's green. Daily chart. Looks like it's setting up here. So, yes, it's not bouncing right on the EMA, but it's sitting right near it. So, what I would do is I'd use a stop loss at 3 cents on this one and let it ride. You can see that green dot probably wants to print just like it did back here in November. So, watch for that. My guess is that's probably going to come tomorrow or Friday as long as 3 cents holds. Okay, you want to actually see that thing hold like 3.031. Doge. Dogecoin. Doge just still on its consolidation pattern here. Okay, I put the stop loss at 35 on Doge and just continue to hold it. It's just consolidating, so it's coiling. Again, another name we called out here on the 5th at 15 cents. It ran all the way up to 44. I told you guys to sell up in this area, and we've done absolutely pretty much nothing over the last 3 weeks. So, again, I like to take profits when the stochastic hits up here, and I like to go find another trade because I don't like sitting through consolidation, just sideways action. It's just boring, right? I'd rather go find another play, another setup. But 35 is a very, very important level we need to hold. I'd set a stop loss right there and continue to hold it if you guys want to play it. If that breaks down, we'll probably see maybe around 20 cents. But if the crypto markets move here, okay, we could see a big move to the upside. Watch for a green dot either tomorrow or Friday on the daily on Doge. That'll be called out over here in the alert section, but I'd remain to hold. I'd keep holding this name with a stop loss at 34. I lost my place now. Shoot. I think we're making some progress. Where do we go here? Uh-oh. Oh, no, there we go. Making progress here. We're down pretty far. We're doing good. We covered that, covered that, covered that, covered that. Again, guys, just drop your chart requests over here throughout the week, and I'm happy to do these videos once or twice a week. I think I got to start doing them twice a week, just because we have so many names. Here's XDC Network. The XDC Network. Okay, just doing the Ripski here. But where are you? You're sitting pretty far off your moving average. Again, when you see this extension here, when you see this extension off of the 9 EMA, that's normally when you want to look to take some profits off. Okay, I'd want to buy this one into the blue line down there at 0.045. Okay, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I don't care. That's my setup, folks. That is the setup. The bounce off of that 30-day. You guys saw it on Amazon, how it just played out perfectly. Okay, you saw the breakout over it on Snap. Okay, and then also you got to consider the 9 EMA, the orange line, when we're in a super bullish market like today's crypto market. Okay, if we're consolidating on a moving average, that means a big move is coming. And you can see CRO's up 6. It was up like 11% today. So beautiful move there. And yeah, so XDC, in my opinion, I'm taking profits on this name. Okay, going to find the next trade. XDC Network. Yeah, that's the one you called out. Because again, we're sitting how far? How far are we off the 9 here? I mean, current price is, well, only 5%, but 33% off of the 30. So I'd either look to buy into the orange line or down here. Up here, I'm taking profits. I mean, up at the top right there, you were up a staggering 23% off of the 9, and right here you were up 47%. So if I'm in the 40 to 60% off of the mean, off of the 30-day, guys, you want to take profits. You at least want to sell half or 25% or all of it, just depending on how you feel about the trade and how you feel about the move. SMCI. And again, guys, this is just a strategy, man. This is just a strategy. I'm a fan of taking profits. I don't like to just buy and hold. I don't like to get caught holding the bag. Here's SMCI. I heard these guys were under investigation. Not really sure what's going on, but when a company's under investigation, I really want to know. Fell on 4%. The company postponed financial reports to the committee, and a committee found no fraud, suggesting possible shifts in... Okay, so there wasn't fraud. So that's a good sign. But yeah, that's still a little scary. So the monthly, look at that. The monthly is actually bouncing on our monthly 30 moving average, or 30-month moving average. Nice green candle there. So we're on here on the daily, and I would just be holding this one with a stop loss at 34.92, right below our 9-day. But I'd want to buy where this thing's closer, right? This stochastic RSI is closer to 0. That's where I want to take my entry. So that's where I'd be looking to buy this thing. Right now, I just continue to hold it, and you can move your stop loss up as we climb. Okay, as we climb up, just keep moving your stop loss up. I put mine right there at probably around 36 on SMCI. But it looks like they didn't, like they were being investigated for fraud or something, and now it apparently isn't true. So don't quote me on that. I would research it, but never like to buy companies that are being investigated. That's just not a good strategy. Thai Sol, meme coin here. Okay, monthly's pointing straight up. Look at the daily though. Daily's very overextended. Waves way up here, stochastics up here. Wait till that stochastic pulls back. Wait till the light blue line pulls back and ideally touches the 30 like it did there, and then play the Ripski. Overextended. I'd sell that one. Gala. Shit. Where were we? Gala. Ooh. Gala's another name that's sitting pretty far off its average. Okay, pretty far off its average. You're talking 25% off the 9, 46% off the 30. Okay, so you're getting up into profit-taking territory. Okay, the monthly is breaking out, but again, the daily will pull back eventually. I'd want to buy this thing when the stochastic gets back down here on the floor. Is Gala on Coinbase? No, it's not. So it's not on my watch list. But, I mean... Where did you enter? If you entered here at 2 cents, you're up 100%, so not a bad place to maybe sell half your position, let the rest of your profits ride. Again, this is just my analysis. I think the chart is very overbought. Obviously, we're in a very bullish market, so you know, every market is different, but when we're sitting that far off the average, I like to take some profits. 25%, sell 25% of my position, 50% of my position, or the entire position, and wait for a pullback because the pullback always comes. Caspa. But the monthly looks good on that one. Caspa's got a nice green candle on the monthly there. The daily chart that dipped down into the 30 yesterday at 14 cents. So I put the stop at 14 and just make sure that level holds. But trend looks really strong. Again, we broke over the moving average, and now we are trending up. When we're above that 30-day moving average, we can be assured that the mean, right, is now acting as support. Okay, we're now below that. Now we're looking for that dip into it and the rip it and the rip. So that one looks good. I'd put a stop loss on that one right there at 14, probably 14 cents, and I'd be a buyer of that name. Okay, I'd be a buyer of that name playing that bullish price action. SoFi. SoFi has been ripping this year, dude. Just absolutely ripping. Okay, we called this green dot out on the monthly in September at $8. It's now sitting at 16. That was a 100% move on a stock. That's damn good. Okay, what I want to see is a pullback into the 30. Okay, you can see the stochastic selling off here, but I really want to see this thing pull back into its 30-day EMA. If that happens, I will look to eat this one up. This one's on the blue list. This is my runner-up watch list that also gets posted over there in the Discord. We're just looking for that pullback into the 30 when the name is on the blue list. Okay, all these names have red or green dots on the monthly. We're just looking for them to reset, right? Look at Algo. We want it to reset. Okay. So same thing with SoFi. I mean, it's just on a parabolic run. Let's just wait for that dip back down into the 30, and we can take action on that. Not a bad place to take profits. Again, keep inching your stop loss up. I just set it right below that 9 EMA at 550. 550 on the stop loss. If that breaks, I would sell it. Okay, if it doesn't, just keep holding. SKL. This guy's been wanting me to cover this so bad. Scale. There's a good call out. You called this one out a few weeks ago. I'm sorry if I missed it. But the green, it was a nice call out in November. Beautiful, beautiful call out. And again, it's just using that 30 or that 9 EMA. So right now I'd be using about 7 cents as a stop loss, and I just let this thing ride. Okay, 7 cents just below the orange line. For the guy that asked about your trailing stop, I just like to set it directly a little bit below the 9 EMA if that's what it's using as support. You can see the orange line is clearly the support, so it is just grinding up. Okay, make sure 7 cents holds. I'd set the stop loss at 0.072 and let it ride. File's got a green dot today. Here's a good example. It showed a green dot there for a second, but it went away. But this is a really good example right here, guys, of a green dot that's not very good to buy. The green dots that are up here, right, aren't the best ones to buy. You want to buy when it's below 60. Okay, this white line here, if a green dot is coming up above this area, that's normally a profit-taking candle. Okay, that's normally when you want to look to take profits on a candle like that. But you could see how far this thing is sitting off the moving average. Again, 20% off the 9, 38% off the 30. We want to wait till the stochastic RSI pulls back down here to 0. If you're getting a green dot and the stochastic RSI is way up here, not a good time to buy. Okay, you want to wait till that thing pulls back near 0. Okay, just like it was right here. See the green, the light blue line? Boom, that's the green dot you want to enter on right there. $3.33. You're up 150, almost 200% off of that dot since November 6th. Okay, yet another opportunity to buy right there with the bounce off the EMA. Another one to buy right here with the bounce off the EMA. And that one was that was a 10% candle. Okay, don't want to buy that one. Okay, so let's wait for a pullback. Again, I like them into the 30-day. That's about $5. I know everyone's laughing at me, but it's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. We're going to get a pullback on crypto. We've ran up since all these names are up 2, 3, 4, 500%, dude. It's not going to continue like this. Eventually, the smart money, the smart guys who are buying it at $3 are going to sell up here at $9 because they're up 300%. If they put in $10 billion, they made $30 billion up here. I mean, they're not idiots, okay? And they need you guys to buy at these very expensive prices on the chart in order for them to sell, unfortunately. So I'd be taking profits on file here at 8, waiting for a pullback. XLM from King Waddell, my brother, welcome back to the Discord. He got screwed by the Voyager. They took all his money, and he kind of went away from the Discord, but he's back now. He used to be an admin. Shout out to King Waddell here. We covered XLM. Let's take a look at ACH. Uh-oh. What's going on here, mate? ACH. Come on, baby. Work for me now. Work for me now. It doesn't want us to... It doesn't want us to look at ACH here. What the hell? Oh, if they cut my power off, I'm going to be pissed. Hold on. Okay. Okay, ACH is green on the monthly here. The daily is just very overextended again. My favorite trade is the bounce off the 30, just like it bounced there, just like it bounced there. And this thing's just at a premium right now. So 16% off the 9, 32% off of the 30. I just keep creeping your stop loss up on this guy. Okay, put your stop loss right there at the bottom of today's candle. Probably call it 3 cents, 0.031, and just let it ride. But you can see the stochastics very overextended. Okay, again, best time to buy is boom. When we're closer to 0, bouncing off an important moving average, I'd be looking to take some profits here shortly on ACH. This one also gave you the dot down here on the 6. It's up 100% since that time. The monthly chart looks really good. Okay, but just playing the daily now, playing the pullbacks on the daily. Again, we're up 17 days in a row. Okay, 17 days of green in a row, not a good time to buy. We want to have some red in there. Okay, have some red, stochastic closer to 0, bouncing off an important or breaking over a moving average, just like you see here. Boom, rip. BGC. Interesting looking pullback there, but it's got a red candle on the monthly, so taking profits on that one. Okay, based on the monthly there, that's an ugly looking candle on the monthly, and it's just continuing to pull back. ICP. ICP is currently on the watch list. We called the green dot out in November there, and again, another name that's just up 17 days in a row. Okay, and again, getting a little overextended off of its moving averages. Okay, you're talking about a 13% off the 9, 30% off the 30. Okay, I'd put the stop loss on this one probably. I'd keep inching it up, probably at 13.34 and let it ride. But you could see stochastics topping out. Everything's very, very oversold. And if you got in on this green dot down here at 8, you're up around 100%. So 100% is a home run trade to me. Okay, I'm taking my lap around the basis and I'm going to find the next trade. If you want to ride it out, set a stop loss at 13.30 and let it ride. Okay, I'd look to sell this one probably on a red dot. SHIB, we covered. Meta. Meta had a nice move. Okay, another chart I want to point out that if you would have bought the green dot down here on the monthly in January of 2023, that was at $123, $113. It's now sitting at $600 up here on Facebook. So beautiful, beautiful move there over the last 2 years. And this green dot came here on the 25th. It was right before Thanksgiving at about 560, and this thing's just absolutely taken off. So you can see the stochastics now touching the white dotted line. I would be taking some profits here, half, if not all, of my profits, because again, when a big mega cap stock moves like this, okay, a 10, 20% move on a stock like Meta is a big, big move. That's a 10% move for Meta. Personally, I'd be selling half here or all of it, like I said. And if you want to keep riding it out, just wait for the red dot. But once we get to that top point, right, when we hit the stochastic here, normally that's when we top out. Or around the time we top out, right? We're never trying to time the exact top. We're trying to get out in that general area, okay, near it. So take your 10% and go to the bank with that. Okay, 10% is a big move for a stock like Meta. FLR. FLR, okay, another daily. Look how far off the 9 we are here. Okay, again, 10% off the 9-week moving average and 36% off the 30. I keep creeping your stop loss up, probably put it a little bit below that 9 right there at 0.029, but that was a really, really good trade. Okay, that green dot came, that green candle came right there at about 2, and it pumped all the way up to 4. So that was a 100% move in the last three or 4 days. You can see the stochastics kind of starting to point down here, and the monthly's pointing straight up. So again, I want to wait for a pullback into either our 9, just like you got there, or into the 30. I think a red dot's coming on that probably in the next couple days. We covered CRO. EOS. This is an interesting play here. Nice breakout here on the monthly, so we're in here on the daily. And again, another name that's getting really, really far off of its average. 23% off of the weekly and 47% off of the monthly. So that's probably that's in profit-taking territory for me. I want to take profits and wait for a dip back into one of the moving averages. And yeah, I'd be taking profits there on EOS. Okay, or at least moving your stop loss up. Okay, put your stop loss at like 120 and let it ride. But volume is coming in. Volume is increasing. So put a stop at 120 and let that thing ride. Lululemon, those expensive pants that I'm thankful my wife doesn't like. I don't know if she doesn't like them. She just doesn't buy them. But yeah, expensive clothing. I'm not going to do any analysis on this, but just tell you that they got earnings coming up, looks like tomorrow. So I never like to buy into earnings. I think it's a little overbought here. The monthly chart does look like it's starting to point up. But if you get a sell-off tomorrow on earnings, look to buy this thing near the moving average right there at around 316. Again, pulled back into the average, ripped. Pulled back into the average, ripped. Okay, you should have been buying in this area. Up here, I want to be taking profits. Okay, so earnings is always a gamble. Earnings is always a gamble. If they miss their earnings, they sell off. If they beat their earnings, it goes parabolic. But nothing is guaranteed, right? So that's why a 50-50 coin flip, I'd rather go play roulette at the casino. It's a lot more entertaining, and I can sleep at night. Okay, but if I'm taking a bet into earnings, I don't want to play it. I want to wait till after earnings, see the reaction, and again, I want to get in near the mean. We're sitting off the mean right now, pretty far off the mean. This was the time to buy Lulu right here. Jasmine recovered SUI. This one's just been consolidating for a very long time. We called this green dot out here at about 339. It got as high as 390. The monthly chart is still bullish. Okay, our stop loss on this trade is still going to be right there at about 325. You can even move it up now to 347. Call it 347 on the stop loss on this. Looking to sell when the stochastic RSI hits that white dotted line, or we get a red dot on the chart there. 347 is your new stop loss on SUI. RKT, Rocket Mortgage. Okay, that's on the red list because it's red and pointing down. Adobe, red on the monthly, we're not looking to buy. Adobe has a green candle now on the monthly, so that can actually be moved over into the blue list. So if it's on my red list, guys, I have a video over here in the trading course. I'd highly recommend if you guys are new to go watch. That is over here, how to set up effective trade watch lists, a beginner's guide. Okay, that's going to show you how I formulate my watch lists. And it'll give you a better idea of how I use the blue list, the green list, and the red list. I'd highly recommend doing that. Typically, if it's on the red list, that means it has a red candle or a red dot on the monthly. Therefore, I'm not looking to buy it. If it's on the blue list, that means the candle or the dot is green on the monthly, but the daily chart is very, very extended off of the 30 EMA. Okay, so on the blue list, I'm waiting for the pullback into the 30 EMA. If I get the pullback, right, if it comes back down into it or close to it, that's when I put it on my green list, and then I'm looking to buy, right? Look at Wolf. Okay, Wolf is sitting right on the blue. Okay, Tesla's grinding on its 9. Okay, CLSK sitting on the blue. So if it's on the green list, I'm actively looking for positions. If it's on the blue list, I am looking for a pullback into the moving average on the daily chart. So Adobe was your request. You can see we got the green candle flipping here this month, and they got a big breakout candle today. They do have earnings coming up here next Wednesday. So if you're in this name, I'd set a stop loss at 519. You could see exactly that we bounced on that 30-day moving average right there at 500. That could have been your entry yesterday, and you got the green dot today and a move higher. This thing's up about 3% on the day. What you can do on Adobe is get in here to the hourly now that we've had this big move, and then try to pinpoint your entry on the hourly chart. Okay, you want to wait for the pullback. Same thing into the moving average. Okay, and a green dot down in this area on the hourly. So my general rule is if I got a green dot and we're up more than 5% on the day, that's when I'll zoom into a smaller time frame like the hourly to try to pinpoint like a pullback. I'd rather get it down here at like 520 or 525 than up here at 535. But this one looks like it's got some room to go, but it does have earnings, so be cautious of that. I would use a stop loss at 520 if you're in the name, but that does have a green dot showing there today. HUT, H-U-T, HUT 8 Corp. Okay, monthly looks really good here on HUT, and it's just consolidated on its 9 right now. So the current stop on this one is going to be right there at 24. Again, it's been using the 9 EMA as support. Okay, you can see that's the clear support, and it's trying to bounce right here. It's giving you a doji this week. So if you're in this name, 24.78 is your stop loss. That's the bottom of this green candle right here. If that breaks, we'll likely come down here to 21.50 into our 30-day. You can see it bounced right there, bounced on the 9 there, bounced on the 9 there, bounced on the 9 there. Let's see if that repeats the pattern. I like the monthly chart. Super, super bullish. Don't know what this name is, but I would definitely be using a stop loss at 24.70 on HUT. SMCI we covered. XYO. Someone said there was some news about Elon on this. I didn't see anything come across, but had a huge move yesterday. It was up like 120% or something like that. And again, you guys were talking about it because why? You guys were talking about it because it was 60% off its weekly moving average, 80% off its 30-day moving average. Again, you're up in freaking la-la land up here, okay? Delusion territory. The time to buy was right here, dude. Right here. Green dot. I mean, that was even too late. But this thing just absolutely ripped. I don't know what the Elon news was. If you guys have the news, feel free to share it down in the comment section or in the Discord with us. But I'm not buying this thing way up here. No way. No way. I want to wait till it cools off and comes back down into one of the moving averages. That 30-day or the 9-day is sitting at 0.016 right now. So we're a ways off of that. So I would definitely take profits on that and wait for the pullback. PNAW or PNW. Palo Alto. Palo Alto. Okay, we got monthly chart trending up. Good. Green. Okay, now we're buying the pullback. Look where it bounced. Boom. Right on the 30. right on the 30. Two great setups here. You got the takeoff candle. Yesterday was a great day to enter on this. Beautiful green candle there. Nice move today, up about 2%. Beautiful, beautiful move today. I just keep inching my stop up. I put my stop at 390 now, and then wait till the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, gets back up here toward the white dotted line to take profits on that one. We got Ford. Ford's red on the monthly. I can already tell you that. Oh, it's actually green. Look at that. Flipped in December. Flipped green in December. So you gotta flip the green here on Ford. I'm moving that to the blue list. And the daily is selling off here. So it's still consolidating. It still doesn't look too good. I think there's some better names to trade, but watch for a bounce around 10.25 on that. Wait till that stochastic gets down there. That'll probably happen on Friday, but you want to make sure that one holds about 10, call it 10.20 on that one for sure. But you do have that monthly flipping green. Doesn't mean that it can go up here, but that wave looks like it is starting to turn. So this could be an interesting trade here on Ford. I would just wait till the stochastic gets lower and then wait for either the first green candle or the green dot to take an entry there on Ford. MNMD, Mind Medicine. Okay, what do we got? We got a green dot on the monthly. Wonderful. Okay, and then we got the pullback into the 30 here today. So if you wanted to take the entry off the bounce, okay, 722 is your stop. The dot is red. I really want to see how this thing opens up tomorrow before I would take a position. But 720 is going to be a very, very important stop loss on that one. I would hold if you're in the position and set a stop loss around 720 on MNMD. This is Mind Medicine. And again, it's got the green on the monthly, but it's missing the green daily dot. But we are into a very important level here. You can see it bounced right there, bounced right there, bounced right there. We'll see if it bounces again tomorrow. 720 needs to hold. Chain link. Chain link sitting at 24. I sold this one around $24 the other day. We got the green dot in November. What did we get here? I think I entered this one off this bounce on the 9. Okay, you can see the 9 EMA was acting as support. We got a bounce there. We got a bounce there. We got a bounce there. I entered on this, I believe, somewhere around this candle. And now we lifted off. So we got the stochastic RSI now touching the white dotted line. We're very extended off of that 9 EMA. Again, we're sitting about 14% off of that, 34% off the 30. So I thought, hey, I'm going to lock in profits here. I think I made about $8,000. Now I'm waiting for a pullback into one of the EMAs right now. This thing could keep going. What I'd do is I'd set a stop loss on it if you're still in it at $22. If 22 breaks, though, I would sell and look to re-enter. Ideally, I want to buy this thing around 16 or maybe even closer to 20. That's a 20% dip if it goes back down to 20. So again, stochastic RSI touching up here. That's normally when I like to lock in some profits, half or if not all of them. In this case, I sold the whole thing at 24. It ended up going to 27. Now that I sold, it'll probably go to 1,000, but you know what? I don't care because I'm about consistency. I want to consistently make 20, 30, 40%. I'm not looking to hit home runs and make 100, 300, 400, 500% because it's not realistic. Folks, we can make money throughout the whole entire year with this strategy. Most people just make money right now, and then they lose it all because they get greedy. But in this kind of market where everything's just going straight up, a monkey could sit here and buy something and make a little bit of money. They have no strategy. They're just buying it because Twitter told them to. Okay, but if you're using fundamental trading techniques, right, this is the right thing to do. Right? Either take profits or set your stop loss at 22. That's what I would recommend on Link there. And if it keeps going, it keeps going. But eventually, we're going to get that pullback. That stochastic will eventually come back down here to 0. We'll eventually be a little closer to our 30-day EMA, and we'll be able to take another position. Okay, we're either looking for a bounce off the 30 or the 9 EMA. I'll say it again, guys. I got a really good video over here on the EMAs. It says understanding moving averages right there in that free trading course. I'd highly recommend going and watching that. I dropped that yesterday over there inside of the Discord. We got AVAX. AVAX. Okay, monthly pointing straight up, just like every other crypto right now. But we're sitting a little ways off of our 9 EMA. So I'd be looking for a pullback around 46 or 37. That's where I want to buy. You can see the 9 EMA is currently acting as support. Boom. Bounce there, bounce there, bounce there, bounce there. So move your stop loss up, I would say, to 47 on this one. But the stochastic is touching up here, right? It's touching the white dotted line. So, again, normally where I want to be thinking about taking profits, guys. Normally where it's a good place to lock at least half of your profits in. $47, $47.50 is going to be the stop on AVAX. Dot, we covered super. Okay, super, monthly pointing straight up. Wonderful. Let's look at the daily. We were calling super out right in this area when we were consolidating on the moving average at 130. It's now sitting at 170. So again, not a bad place to look to be taking some profits. I keep inching my stop loss up, move it up to 150 here. But if you got in right where we were calling it out, you're currently up around 34, 35, about 36%. Blue wave's getting pretty extended. What I would do if I was you is I'd wait on a red dot on this one. Wait for a red dot to sell. Again, we're just grinding on that white dotted line, so let that thing ride for a bit. But I will tell you, weekly chart has a green dot, and the monthly chart's pointing straight up. So you could see some continuation. Just keep moving your stop loss up. I'd set it at 150 there. FET, F-E-T. Okay, another name, gone up 7-8 days in a row. Wonderful. Okay, got the green dot here on the monthly. I want to see a pullback into the 9 around 176 or 147 before I sell. I put the stop loss right there at 175. But again, wave is way up here. Not a bad place to think about taking some off. Your entry should have been right here. Okay, right here or right here. Okay, when we broke the EMAs, when we broke over the mean, pulled back into it, perfect candle, right? Perfect setup right there at 129. Did the Ripski. Okay, did the Ripski. Okay. 176 is going to be the stop on that, and we covered DOT. Jasmine, we covered Bitcoin, we covered ETH, we covered Pepe. Pepe. My boy Pepe. Okay, another name that's just kind of consolidating on its line here. So stop loss on this is going to be 0.000017, and it looks like it's trying to break out today. You can even move the stop loss up right there to 0.018. I put it right there below that 30. But this one's consolidating nicely. Again, consolidation is not a bad thing. The monthly chart is extremely bullish. Let's just make sure it holds this 0.0017 level. If you want to play today's green candle, that DOGE candle, move your stop loss up to 0.02. You're risking about 5% on that trade here. And I would look to target around 2.5 or around 0.02 or 0.03 on Pepe. Okay, just consolidating. We just got to wait to see which way it breaks. It has a red dot, so if you want to wait for confirmation, wait for confirmation, but it is bouncing right now on that 9 EMA. So very, very interesting looking chart here. Just make sure you use that stop loss. Call it at 0.000017. Dogecoin we covered, XLM we covered, SHIB we covered, XRP we covered. Thank you, brother. DJT, AXGT. It's a stock or a crypto. AXGT. AXGT. You must be talking about this. Monthly's pointing up. Daily's looking a little toppy here. You want to make sure this one holds 40 cents. Okay, that's about a 10% drop from where we're sitting right now. But again, we're trying to bounce on that 9 right there. Make sure 40 cents holds. SHIB, we covered Litecoin. Litecoin is very overextended right now. Okay, very off of the 9 EMA. That's sitting about 14% off the 9 and 30% off the 30. I'd be looking to lock in some profits here, take 50% out, and wait for a pullback. Monthly chart's obviously bullish, just like everything else, but the daily is looking a little overextended here. Again, I want to buy it off of that 9 EMA. Currently, you can see it bounced off the 30 right there, bounced off the 9, bounced off the 9. I want to wait for a bounce off the 9 around 113. Okay, stochastics topped out. The wave is way up here. Let's wait for a pullback into one of these moving averages. I'd be locking profits on that. AERO we covered, HBAR we covered, Velo. Nice move here on the monthly. Daily chart up 20 days in a row. You got a green dot today. So let's set our stop loss right here at 12. Okay, it's up at 15 right now. Again, on these green candles up here, or green dots above this white line, guys, I normally like to take profits on those candles. Okay, when we get the green dot above that line, that's a big break out there to 15 cents. So you just want to inch your stop loss up. I'd put it at probably around 13 cents on the stop loss if you want to let it ride. I don't think this is a bad place to take some off if you're still in it. But again, it's just using that 9 EMA there as support. You can see it bounce there, and did the Ripski. So 13 cents is the stop loss on Velo. Atom looking like a good setup. Overkill. My brother. Let's check it out. Okay, monthly's looking good. Green, beautiful. Okay, I love to see it. We called out more green monthlies than we have reds. That's a great sign. You guys are learning. Okay, big, strong trend here. Again, what's acting as support? What mean is acting as support? What average? It's the 9, okay? Pulled back into it, ripped. Pulled back into it, ripped. Pulled back into it, ripped. Okay, you got a green dot showing up yesterday. Okay, I would have wanted to enter probably on this candle right here. But, I mean, now it's getting a little off of that 9, so just keep inching your stop loss up. I put a stop loss at 920 and then let this thing ride. Wait till the stochastic comes up there and hits that white dotted line. Okay, looks good. Looks good. 920 is your stop loss on Atom. CLV, this is Cleveland. Nope, it's not Cleveland Cliffs. This is that trip.com. We covered that one already. SHIB we covered. If you can go over this, sometimes in your videos you show examples of green dots, but the candle is already up like 30%. So by the time we buy, the signal is already buying at a 20% premium. Can you share a few elements to help you predict the green dot coming? Or maybe take the risk to buy the day before or the morning of. So yeah, so perfect example of this. Like I said, I'd recommend watching this moving average video. You want to pay attention to the mean, okay? The mean, okay? The average price that we have on our trading indicator. And by the way, if you guys do not have the trading indicator, you guys can get all of these lines, all the green dots, red dots, everything that I have by coming over here and clicking this link on the trading indicator tab over here in the Discord. Everything will load directly into your TradingView account with a couple of clicks, and you'll be able to start using this for yourself. But a good way to predict the green dot is where we are at in the regards of the mean, right? If we're getting close to the mean and the stochastic RSI, the light blue lines down here on the floor, and you get like a doji candle, you know that the next candle is probably going to be green. It's not 100%, but the best way to predict that the green dot is going to come on the daily is to first understand, okay, we need to make sure we're in an uptrend on the monthly, but then we need to know where we are buying. If we're buying way up here, you can see the extension here. See, we're at $63. Look where the orange line was. When it's that far off of the 9, off of the weekly moving average, not a good place to buy, right? You can see that with the indicator. But when we're down here closer to the EMA, okay, closer to the 30-day moving average, that's when you start wanting to pay attention. Okay, and if a name is up more than 30% on the day, let's see if we can find one here. Here's Swift. Holy shit. This thing's at 1 cent, dude. Oh my God. Okay, that thing's doing the ripski. But you can see here, just a massive move up to 1.4 today. Just a freaking monster move, dude. All-time highs. Holy shnikes. But with a name like this, you want to look at the hourly. If it's up more than 5% on the day, on a green dot, you want to zoom into a smaller time frame like the hourly chart. I'll never go lower than the hourly, okay? You can see it pulled back here in the 0.0095 and ripped, pulled back, used the 9 as support, and then ripped, okay? So that's just kind of how you use that. So if it's normally, if it's up more than 5%, I will zoom into the hourly and I will try to wait for a pullback with the same, the same techniques, right? You want to wait for the stochastic to pull back here on the hourly, just like it did right here. You want to make sure it's above the mean, above the moving average, and then you want to see the bounce. Okay, boom, there's your entry, rip. So keep that in mind and just paying attention. I highly recommend watching this video from yesterday, the moving average video. On the moving averages, again, we want to buy as close to the mean as possible. Okay, as close to the mean as possible. Sometimes the green dots do come and the move has already happened. It's just how it goes, okay? It's not 100%, but if it's up over 5% on the day, okay, look at Sound, S-O-U-N. This one's up 15% on the day, 14% on the day. You shouldn't be buying up here because look how far off the orange line you are. You should have been buying Sound right here at 7, okay? Boom, into the moving average, boom. And then the green dot came the next day. So really, you want to pinpoint where we're at on these moving averages, right? Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day pullback. Where are we? We're above that blue line. Okay, stochastic was starting to turn. Boom, you got the green dot right there. You could have identified that, okay, and maybe entered on an hourly dot this same day because we were up 5%. Okay, so again, 24 hourly candles in one daily candle, right? So the monthly candles, 1 month's time it takes to form one of these candles. You come here to the daily, okay, you got 30 of these candles in 1 month. So throughout the month, we're trying to find places throughout the month where it's a fair price, right? If the monthly's trending up, we want to buy as close to the monthly average as possible, just like you saw in SOUN here. Boom, pulled back into it. What did we see? Boom, green dot, okay? Green candle, first green candle after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candle pullback. If I see 3 candles, 3 or 4 candles, 3 minimum, okay? I like 4, but 3 is the minimum. That's when I start paying attention to say, okay, this makes sense. Now I want to buy either the first green candle or the first green dot, as long as it's above the 30-day moving average. And then I can know, if I were to enter on this candle right here, on the name that I'm watching, I would know that my stop loss off this green candle is right here at the bottom of this red candle. Okay, because that was where, right, we got the 5-bar pullback, boom. This should be the reversal candle. If you're taking this trade, this is your reversal candle, right? Boom, and then the green dot came the next day. Okay, so I'm either buying on the first green candle or the first daily dot on the daily chart. Okay, on the daily chart. And you want to make sure that you got the moving average underneath you. If you make sure that the moving average is underneath you and you're not buying it when it's like doing this, right, when you're below it, right, trying to mess around with it, the trade is so much easier to take because you know you have that as support underneath you. Again, cheat sheet's a great thing to reference. That's right over here in the Discord. Again, it's free to look at. Okay, you can come over here, you can look at it. We want that mean, that 30-day EMA to be below us. Okay, and again, guys, this is just a straight. Holy cow, comp just ripping here, dude. Comp just ripping. Beautiful move here on comp. Wow. Okay, that hit 140 today. Holy shit. Yeah, crypto's really taking off here. So I hope that explains that a little better for you. Okay, the moving averages, right? If I had to choose one indicator out of everything, I'd probably just use the 9 and the 30 EMA. Okay, if I had to choose, but I don't have to choose. I can use everything, so everything just kind of coincides together, right? You want to buy into like you don't want to buy comp up here at 126, right? But if you wanted to buy comp today, I'd probably look at the hourly chart and wait for a pullback, right, into like 103, or watch for a pullback and a green dot, right? Using the same strategies I use on the daily, but I want to use it on a smaller time frame because this thing's up what? What did I just say? 40% on the day or something like that? Something crazy? Okay, same thing with CRO. CRO got the green dot yesterday. It's up 7% today. Do I want to chase it and buy it up here? No. I want to wait for this hourly pullback. You can see this is the daily dot that came yesterday on CRO. And what did it do? It pulled back, boom, into 19, boom. There was your entry on the hourly, and then it just absolutely ripped. You know that the direction's in your favor if it's a green candle or a green dot on the monthly, and a green candle or a green dot on the daily. You know that it's in your favor. If you want to take one more step to go into the hourly and get in on an even smaller time frame to pinpoint it, then do it. But I'm never buying a name up 30%. If the dot comes and it's up 30%, I just don't take the trade because that's telling me that we're probably 30, 40% off of the moving average, right? I want to buy as close to these moving averages as possible. I wanted to buy CRO right here off this green dot. Okay, that was 2%. A 2% risk to reward. My stop loss was what, right? There at 16, I think it was like 16.9 right there. Yeah, the bottom of that candle. And we didn't hit it. So, I mean, that's just the way it goes. Okay, you want to buy as close to the moving average as possible. Again, I would highly recommend checking out that video over there. This one right here, Mastering Moving Averages. Great video. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it, and I really think I explained it pretty well in that video when you're looking for setup. Because again, as traders, guys, we want to buy at a fair price. At a fair price. Where's the price fair? To me, it's fair when we're close to the average. It's not fair when we're sitting 50% off of the average price, right? Because it just doesn't make sense. You don't go to the grocery store and buy your groceries at a 40, 50% premium. Why would you do that on assets that you're trying to buy and make money on? You just don't. You just don't want to do it. Okay? So you need to wait. You need to give it time, let it reset. It always resets, it always comes back. I want it to be as close to the mean as possible. Okay, if your name's up 30%, you shouldn't be buying that dot. That's just all there is to it. You want to buy as close to the average as possible. And I want to give a quick shout out to all the new members over here. We've had a ton of growth over the last month or two. Just shout out to all the new Spartans and everybody joining up. I think we're over 600 members now in the Discord, so that's awesome. Just welcome everybody. If you guys are new, we do have a giveaway going on right now over here. We're giving away 100 XRP. So if we can get this video right now to 150 likes, I'll give away another 100 XRP to if we can get this video to 100 likes. We got the last one to 150 likes. We got the last one to 150. That's why we're doing the giveaway. All you got to do is come over here and tap. If you guys are new, tap that emoji, and we will be drawing that winner here in the next 4 days. I'm just hoping XRP isn't at like $10 by that time. But 100 XRP giveaway. Make sure you go over there and enter that. And again, if we can get this video right now that you're watching to 150 likes, I'd be glad to give away another 100 XRP next week. Holy smokers. Okay, we're making some progress here. We're getting pretty close. Okay, I just answered that question, so hopefully that clears that up for you, bro. I'd highly recommend watching the trading course and looking at that. SUI we covered. Comp, we were just looking at comp. Just did the ripski, dude. Just did the ripski. Okay, monthly's looking really, really good. Okay, daily's just way too overextended. Like, I'd be taking profits right now, right? I'd be taking profits. We're into the white line. You're up a massive amount. I mean, $80. It went from 80 to, I mean, that's a 50% move in a day. You're sitting 37% off the 9 EMA and 50% off of the 50. So this is like a trader's market now. Like I said, I'd get in here on the hourly and maybe look for a pullback to like 100 if you want to buy it. But wow, what a move. 50% in one day. I'm hoping CRO does that here in a couple days. That'd be awesome. CEAV, but I'm taking some off the table on comp for sure there, dude. CEAV, nice bounce yesterday off the 9 EMA. Looks like it wants to continue. I'd move your stop loss up on this one to, just call it 29.90. But I'd be looking to take profits when this stochastic gets closer to the white dotted line. This one looks good. That one looks like it wants to continue there. Zim stock, ZIM, selling off hard there on the daily, and you got a red candle there on the monthly. So I'm out of that one, dude. Just be careful on that one. LTC we covered. XTZ. XTZ looks good on the monthly. Daily's just grinding up. So again, just keep moving your stop loss up. I'd put it at $1.50 right now and just let it ride. Wait till that stochastic gets closer to that white dotted line right there. But this is a momentum trade, so 150 is your stop loss on XTZ. And if you want to play the continuation there, we got Fizz stock, FIZZ. Monthly chart is green. Lots of consolidation here. I mean, this thing has gone nowhere in a long time. You had a nice setup right here into the 30. Boom, and it bounced. Okay. I don't know what this thing's going to do, honestly. It's too much consolidation for me. But I would want to buy it right here at 47. It's sitting at about 50 right now. So use your stop loss probably, I mean, I don't know, dude. Probably right there at 48. I think there's some better stuff to buy there right there, Nitro. Fubo. Fubo TV. I am a consumer of this app. I like live sports. Fubo is a really, really good app for live sports. And they are green on the monthly, as you can see. This is a penny stock, and they are trying to break out here. So I moved the stop loss up to about 156. We called this one out around 140 down here off the green dot. Okay, it was breaking over the EMA there, and it is trying to continue here. It has really strong resistance right here at 188. So if it can break out over 188, it's probably going to go back up to 220, $3. So I just keep inching that stop loss up. I'd probably put it right there at 150, call it 155. Okay, and again, the stochastic is touching the white dotted line, so not a bad place to think about taking some profits. I would wait to see what we do tomorrow. It looks like it's in a pretty strong trend right now. The weekly is green and pointing up. Weekly's actually got a green dot there. Green dot on the monthly on FOBO. And this stock was as high as like $60 at all-time highs. You can see, boom. It was like, yeah, $60 at all-time highs. It's sitting at $1 right now. And I like their service. I think it's a great service. I think they're either going to get bought out or they're going to figure it out. But, yeah, I'd let this one ride and set a stop loss at 155 there on FUBU. TBLA. Taboola. That one's breaking out there on the daily. Monthly's just now turning green. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. But again, we're extended off of our moving average now. Stochastic's up here. So this is a good example, right? This is something we should add to our watch list, right? This would go on the blue list here if I was following this stock. And I would look at the daily and I would look for the stochastic RSI, the light blue line, to pull back down to 0. Okay, and once it pulls back down to 0 and we're into one of our moving averages, okay, that's when I look to take my profits. But this thing's already gone up 20 days in a row. So let's wait for a pullback. But now it's on our radar because we got the green dot there on the monthly, right? So now let's just wait for a pullback into one of the EMAs. I'd probably be looking to take some off the table here at $4, and that looks like a penny stock too. GDRX, but it looks good, right? The monthly looks good. Okay, this on the other hand does not look good. Okay, this was a rug pull. Okay, red on the monthly, not interested. TRB USD. This is a teller. Okay, green on the monthly looks good. Got a green dot on the monthly, beautiful. We love that. Okay, a little overextended right now. That's okay. I'd move my stop loss up to probably around 79.70 and let this thing ride. I'd look to sell on a red dot on this one. That one looks like it's going to take off. Okay, but you're a little too late to the party. You should have been in on this dot right here. Boom, at 69, you're already up 30%. Okay, now you're way up here. Okay, now the risk to reward is way too far out the window if you're trying to buy. So stop loss on that one. I mean, let it ride and wait for the red dot. That's what I'd wait for. Okay, this one could be one of those momentum plays that just absolutely takes off. Okay, green on the weekly, and the daily's looking pretty good too. Okay, just move your stop loss up. I put it at $80 to protect your gains. Hopefully you got in off this green dot, bouncing off that 9 at 70. Gold, we covered MOVR. Mover. Okay, that dipped down really fast, didn't it? Down to 14 and then ripped. I hope my boy Bruno's still in this one because that thing's going parabolic. I put a stop loss on this one at 16 and let it ride. Okay, monthly chart's probably pointing straight up. Yes, it is. This one's on the Polkadot ecosystem, I believe. Can't buy it on Coinbase, but $16 is the stop. Last dot is green. I'd wait for that stochastic to top out there at the white dotted line there. HBAR, we covered. Jasmine, we covered. ICP, we covered. MND, we covered. CRSR, gaming company. Okay, green on the monthly. Very nice call out. Now let's just wait for the pullback into the average. You got the pullback right there into the 9, and it ripped. Okay, but where's the stochastic now? Stochastic's up here. So you want to be careful. You want to protect your gains. Put your stop loss at 750. AERO, we covered. MSTR. MSTR. Monthly still green on this one. And we got a green candle today. Let's go ahead and use a stop loss on this one down here at 350. Okay, stochastic's down here on the floor. I love to see that. Let's just make sure this one holds 340. You could look to enter on this green candle today. I'd be in here on the hourly, probably watching this. Okay, you could even move this up to 360 here, as you can see. At 360, make sure that level holds. This would be an interesting one to watch tomorrow. This one's actually on the watch list as well, and it is consolidating. So if Bitcoin breaks out here, what's Bitcoin sitting at? 98. It's failing to hit 100K. So if Bitcoin breaks out over 100K, I think this thing's going to go bananas. I'd use a stop loss right now at 360 if you're entering on today's candle. Just keep in mind that's a 5% risk to the downside. I don't like to risk more than 5%. You can see we got a little bit of buy volume here today, but 360 is going to be your stop loss on MSTR. That one's still mega bullish. We got Snap, Riot, RIOT. We called this out today. Another name that should go if Bitcoin goes. You got the green dot we called out today. Again, it's trending right on the 30-day. Came back here, it bounced. Now we're consolidating. So the true stop loss on this is probably going to be around $11. Okay, that's about a $2 risk, but you got the green dot there. I'd wait till the stochastic hits that white dotted line on the daily. Again, the monthly's green and pointing up. So make sure that thing holds 1120. Roblox. Roblox turned out to be a really good trade. Really good trade on Roblox here. Okay, what do we identify? We identified that the trend was up. We're green on the monthly. We saw the daily. Look at this pullback. Okay, we had this big move up. Are we buying up here? No. Okay, why? Because we're sitting at a premium. We're waiting for a pullback. We got the pullback. Boom. Consolidation. Green candle. Green dot. Dude, that was a prime time setup right here. Okay, if you entered on the green dot, you're up 11, 12%. That was a beautiful setup on Roblox there. My target on that's going to be around 57, 58, but that was a beautiful, beautiful play. Okay, an amazing, amazing. I mean, this is like textbook. If there was like a picture in the dictionary of what a perfect trade looks like, this is it, dude. This is it. You had the big run up. You had the pullback directly into the moving average. Just beautiful. I want to print this out and make a picture, put it on my wall. Look at it. Okay, green dot, green candle, frickin' rip. Beautiful. Whoever entered on that, beautiful. And we called that out. That was textbook. Okay, that was called out in the overkill trade section of the Discord. And you're up around 11, 12% on that. So beautiful, beautiful trade there. just keep inching that stop loss up. I'd move it up to 51.50 on that, but I think that has room to run. I think it's at least going to hit 57.50 there on Roblox. That was money, dude. Doge we covered, Casper we covered, CLV we covered, Mara we covered. Well, I don't think we covered Mara actually. Let me go back. Mara, okay, kind of consolidating here on the 9. If you're playing it, use a stop loss at 24. Okay, it's got a red dot, though, and everything. But again, if Bitcoin pumps, this thing's obviously going to pump. But it is trying to hold that 9 EMA. So $24 is going to be a very, very important stop loss there. Again, I don't like the fact that the stochastic's still pretty high. I would like to see it pull back down into the 30 like it did right here and rip. But right now we're sitting at around 23.86. And the bottom of this candle right here is around 23.80. So we're sitting at 25.77. So you're risking about 10% on a trade here. And again, I like to buy when the stochastic's closer to the floor here, or we're closer to the 30. This is trying to bounce on the EMA there. So if you took this trade, I'd put it right there at 20. Just call it $24 for your stop loss on this. Okay, what's the hourly saying? Okay, the hourly's trying to coil up here. So you just want to make sure we hold today's low of 23.70. And if Bitcoin breaks out here, this is probably going to pay off. But you can see the weekly chart's very overextended here. So you just don't want to get caught in something like this, right? That's not a good feeling when you get caught in a trade. I don't think it's the best setup, personally. You said you got stopped out at 28, so I thought that was a good trade. If you got in down here, right at 20, that's a 50% trade. You should be happy with that. Don't get emotionally attached to these names, guys. Again, I have one specific setup that I want to look for. Okay, I want to look for that monthly pullback, just like you saw, not the monthly pullback, the daily pullback, just like you saw right here. Beautiful setup, dude. I might print this out and put it on my wall, and I might send it to you guys if you want. Okay, let me know, because I can print this out and show you guys. Like, perfect trade setup, rip it, pull it back, green dot, frickin' rip. It doesn't get any easier than that. I mean, that was just bet the farm on that one. So let's wait to see what that thing does. If Mara pulls back into its 30, let's take the trade. If you want to take this trade, I think it's a little too risky, but I definitely put a stop loss right there at around 23.80 if you're in it still. XRP we covered, HBAR we covered, XLM we covered, PLCE. Children's Place. Weird name. Green on the monthly. Daily selling off. So that has pretty good support right there at around 10 bucks. See, that's where we bottomed right there. I'd wait for the green dot. It looks like they missed on their earnings, and it's not a very liquid name. So they're not making money. That's not a good thing. Looks like they lost $33 million last quarter. So 1040 is going to be your stop there. Not my favorite looking chart. I think there's some better ones. Super we covered. RND Render. Did we cover Render? It's a pretty popular crypto. I've never heard of it, really. I've never really looked into it. But it's got a green dot there on the monthly. And the daily is trying to bounce right there on the 9. So if you're holding this one, use that stop loss at 8 bucks and let it ride. $8 on the stop loss and let it ride. I personally like to buy it into 7, but this is a lot better than some of the names that are up 20-30% off the weekly moving average. You can see they're using the orange line as support here. Boom, bounce there, bounce there, bounce there, bounce there. Make sure $8 holds. That's your stop loss on Render. LCX we covered. Sol we covered. Sol looks good today. Mover we covered. XOM we covered. Is it better to buy a green dot when the blue wave is below 0? Yes. Most of the time, yes. But the biggest thing we want to pay attention to is where is it in regards to the mean, okay? We want to buy Roblox, that boom, beautiful, okay? You can see down here when the blue wave was down here, the one Roblox, that was a good time to buy as well, down here at 40, okay? Because again, that was in October. What color was the candle in October? It was green. So buying this kind of a pullback, a 10-day red candle pullback, when the monthly dot or the monthly candle's green, that's a beautiful time to buy. beautiful time to buy. Okay, and then it killed their earnings and went absolutely parabolic. But this right here is the most important thing, in my opinion, to pay attention to. If you guys really want to start paying attention to the moving averages, right, the 30-day pullback, the pull into the blue line. If you look at stocks, if you look at names, right, Dogecoin, what did it do here? It broke out over the moving average. What did it do? It pulled back into it. It pulled back into it. And then it did the Ripsky. Okay, so that's my favorite setup, guys. That's my favorite setup. Yes, it is. It means we're very oversold when the blue wave is down here. You can see blue wave down here. Boom, touching the green. Great time to enter. Wonderful. The A1 setup, though, is the bounce off the 30. The bounce off the 30 EMA. The blue line on our indicator. That's what we're looking for. Look at Coinbase. Okay, you can see, boom, where did it bounce? Right there on the 30. Where did it bounce? Right there on the 30. Where is it bouncing now? Right there on the 9. In the really bullish markets, it's going to bounce on the 9, the orange line. Okay, but most commonly, it's going to bounce on the 30. Okay, you can see Coinbase back here, consolidated into the 9, ripped, pulled back, ripped. Okay, same thing, 99999, pulled back into the 9, ripped. Okay, in the really bullish markets, the 9, the orange line is going to be your support, and the blue line is going to be your support. But you can see that called the bottom there as well on, what was it, Coinbase. I think the most important thing to understand is where we're at in regards to the mean, guys. You don't want to buy when we're below the mean, trending down, because if you bought this green dot right here, what happened? It got rejected and flushed. But right here, that was the bottom, but that wasn't the bottom. Okay, the best time to buy, this was the best time to buy. This green dot right here, this was the A1 setup on Coinbase right here. You broke out over it, you pulled back into it, frickin' rip. I mean, that went from 185 all the way up to 350. That is the setup. The bounce off the 30 is what we're looking for, folks. That is what we're looking for. Hopefully that answers your question. We got CDW. This might be the longest stream we've ever done, guys. This might be it. And I'm still going, baby. We're still here, baby. If you're still here, let me know in the comments. Let me know. We out here, man. We're finding the setups, baby. We're finding them. CDW. It does got the green dot on the weekly. That doesn't mean we can reverse. Again, this thing's trending down on the daily, so I'd like to see it break out over that 30, just like it did over here. Boom. Buy the pullback into it. There's your trade. Buy the pullback into it. There's your trade. The weekly, yes, it's green, but it is trending down. Very, very ugly. Looks like they're losing money as well. Okay, when you see a red E, that means they missed their earnings. They're not doing good. UMC, weekly. You say weekly? Yeah. UMC, weekly. Yeah, it's trending down. Got a big push down. No green dot yet. Same thing. I'd be in here on the daily. I'd be looking for the breakout over the 30. Right now, we're in a very, very big downtrend. I know the wave's way down there, but that doesn't mean it's going to reverse. DLTR on the monthly. This is Dollar Tree. Okay, good call out here. This is a good call out. This is probably the best one you called out. Monthly dot. So what we can do is get in here the daily. You can see we've broken out over that moving average now. Let's wait for the pullback into it. I'm actually going to add this one to the watch list. Thank you for the call out. This is the Dollar Tree. Okay, so I'm going to add these alerts for you guys over to the Discord on Dollar Tree. I do like the bounce here. So I'm setting it for a small green dot. If you guys want to set alerts, let me just do this for you really quick. You right-click on the indicator, you hit Add Alert, and I use this small green dots for the buy signals. I do once per bar. I set it to open-ended. You can only do this if you're on the premium plan of TradingView. And then I put this code in here. You can put whatever message you want, but this code is what calls it out in the Discord for you guys. You guys obviously don't want to put that code. You can see when I put the... It might not do it because the market's closed. But I do it for the monthly and the daily charts because those are the two we focus on. So I just set an alert there for the monthly buy alert and the daily buy alert. So those are going to be called out. I want to buy Dollar Tree when it pulls back into our EMA now that we have broken out over it. I love this monthly green candle there. That's a great call out. Great doji. That looks good. Now we just want to wait on the pullback into the 30 EMA and a green dot. DXCM monthly, you said? Dexcom. Okay, here's another banger from our boy Mark. Okay, B Mark. Things ripping. Okay, going the other way. Wonderful. What are we going to do? We're going to set up an alert here for the monthly. Okay, and we're going to set up an alert for the daily. Okay, nice trend. Okay, we're above our moving average. Okay, above that 30-day moving average. Okay, what do? We pulled back into it, we bounce. We pulled back into it, we bounce. Same exact pattern repeats itself over and over and over and over and over and over again. On any crypto, any stock, the pattern is the same, guys. The pattern is the same. Okay? I'm not the only one that uses the 30 EMA. There's hundreds of thousands of traders that use the same EMA. That is a good thing because they're all looking at the same exact thing I'm looking at, right? So that tells me more traders want to buy around that level because that is a generic EMA that everybody uses. It is the monthly moving average. The orange is the weekly moving average. As a trader, we want to buy at a fair price, right? Cheat sheet, we want to buy at a fair price, right into the mean. It's a fair price when we're near the average, straight up. Okay, it doesn't get any better than that. We want to buy right in this area. Okay, boom, pull back into it. I like XMC. This is a good call out. Dexcom from our boy B Mark over there in the Discord. He calls out bangers every single week. Shout out to our boy B Mark. Where's he at? Where's our boy at? Right here, B Mark. Okay, DX, MC, and DLTR are great ones to watch for some daily alerts. Okay, and I gotta hurry up here. I think my dog needs to go to the bathroom. Floki. All right, buddy. Almost done. Floki. Okay, going up on the monthly. Wonderful. And we're consolidating right into the 30. So this one actually looks good, too, for an altcoin play. I put the stop loss right there at 0.0021. 0.0021. Polkadot, we covered SOLNIC. 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 Right there. Okay. Monthly is green. Daily is sitting right on that 30. So if you're playing this one, use that level right there at 0.00021. Okay. Play that level right there. Watch for a breakout on that name. Brax. Okay. Brax. Holy shnikes. What the heck is that? Okay, I don't know. There's nothing I can tell you. Oh, is that a stock? No. Sorry, dude. I don't know about that one. XDC, we covered. Sologenic. Sologenic. Okay, that one is trending up on the monthly there, and it's pulling back now into the moving average. So what we can wait for is that pullback to complete down there at 0.033 or around that moving average. I'd wait for the green dot on this one or to get closer to that moving average. Okay, that's sitting at about 40 cents. That's about a 20% drop from where we're sitting right now. So wait for the green dot on this one, see where it comes, and make sure it's above that 30-day. CSPR. CSPR, CRISPR, I believe this one's called, Casper. Okay, that one's doing the Ripsky. Okay, green on the monthly, beautiful, and the daily's pointing straight up. You can see the stochastics topping out. We're sitting about 10-20% off of the 9. I'd wait for a pullback into one of the averages. I'd probably be looking to take some off the table before the end of the week here. Okay, wait for the red dot. Not a bad place to take some off here, touching that white dotted line. Beam, BEAM. And this one is green on the monthly. Good call out. Looks like a therapeutics company. I would buy as close to the moving average as possible. Okay, current stop loss on that one's going to be 24. It's got the red dot today. Just make sure you can see how we pull back into it and bounce. Okay, same kind of thing here. Wait for the green dot on this one, or wait till it comes back closer to that 30. You're sitting pretty close to it. You're about $1 off. That's 5%. But if you're in the name, use a stop loss at 24. Well, USD. Moonwell. Okay, looks like an altcoin. 0.006 on the stop loss there. And monthly chart, I'm going to guess, is green. So you want to use your stop at 0.0061. If you want to move it up, you just use the hourly here. Probably move it up right there to around 7.1 based on the hourly. But it's got a green dot today, so I'd look to sell this one when the stochastic hits that white dotted line there. MPL USD. Maple. Okay, green on the monthly. Wonderful. And that one is taken off here today as well. Okay, it's just now breaking out over the 32. So $20 needs to be your stop loss. That's about what is that, a 20% risk to the downside. I'm not a big fan of trading illiquid names, altcoins, just because, I mean, they're up and down. They move so big. I would never risk 20% on a trade. If I did, I would definitely consider my position size. I wouldn't go with a big size. I'd maybe do like 5-10% of my portfolio. But, right, it's just a low market cap coin. So if it's not liquid, it's hard to trade. The technicals are harder to trade if it's not liquid. Here's Fox. Up really big today. Green on the monthly. Shape Shift Fox is what this one's called. 6 cents on that one's going to be the level you want to watch. Okay, and that's already sitting 30% off of the average there. So be careful on that one too. Near. Yeah, we got to start doing 2 of these a week. I'm sorry, I've been slacking, but you guys' requests just keep pouring in. I'm going to start breaking these up into 2 videos a week. So I apologize for the long stream. If you guys are still here, hey, shout out to you, baby. We're out here doing the damn thing. Here's Near. Monthly chart is still green. Wonderful. It looks like it bounced on the 30 yesterday at about 6.75. I put the stop loss on this one at $7. It's It's got a green dot showing today on the 3rd and pumping. Virtual. USD. Okay, this one I'm taking profits on this one. Okay, I don't know. It's just going parabolic. We're sitting way off the average. I put a stop loss at 145 and let that thing ride. Big volume coming in there. I don't know what it is or what it does, but 145 is going to be your stop loss. But we're sitting at a big premium right now. 145 is your stop. AUKI. 145 is the stop. Okay, green on the monthly. And the daily's pulling back here with a red dot, so you want to make sure that thing holds 0.0017. I would just never take these trades, man. I just don't take... I don't look at altcoins, I'm sorry, not altcoins, but meme coins. I don't know if it's a meme coin. I just don't know what it is, but I'm going to guess the market cap is really, really small. But it's got a big, ugly candle today, so I just make sure that one holds 0.017, and it's got a red dot today, so it doesn't look too appealing to me. Massa. Like is this a stock or a crypto? That one's green on the monthly. Daily's overextended. So again, looking for the pullback into that 30, which is about a 30% drop right here. If you're going to play this one, you want to make sure, if you're in it, make sure 12 cents holds. Put your stop at 12. That's the bottom of today's candle. FBTC. Fidelity Bitcoin. This one's using the 9 as the support. So again, we want to set a stop loss. Probably put it at 79.88, or you can even move it up to yesterday's candle at 81 for the stop. But the stochastic is back down here on the floor. So if this one continues tomorrow, you should see a breakout into all-time highs and some continuation. So we'll put that stop loss at 81 and let it ride. TGT, we covered. Theta. Theta's another one I'd be taking profits on right here. Okay, it's sitting at $3. That's 15% off the weekly average and 40% off the monthly average. Again, up 25 days in a row. It's got to stop somewhere, right? The next video is coming out here in just a couple hours, buddy. Caspa we covered. Adobe we covered. Looking overextended on the daily, not so hot. Good entry. I don't know what you're talking about there. DJT, AG, AXTG we covered. SHIB we covered. CRO we covered. STKS. Monthly's red. Don't want it. XLM we covered. Storage. That one's green on the monthly. Okay, but overextended here on the daily. So again, if a green dot comes above this white line, normally I'm looking to take profits on those candles. So I'd be a profit taker of Storage here. RLC. Okay, another one. See that? Looking to take profits way up here. I mean, that's sitting pretty far off of the 9 here. Definitely wouldn't be looking to take profits. You can see we just got that DLTR signal going off there. That's Dollar Tree. Okay, that was called out over in the Discord. Again, if you're a member, you get all the monthly and daily alerts from stuff on our watch list. But RLC, I'm taking profits on that today. Okay, cashing out, waiting for a pullback into either the orange line, just like you got right there, or into the blue line, just like you got right there, right there. Okay, beautiful times to take entries. Up 20 or 20% on the day, not so good. Okay, I'd be taking profits either today or in the next couple of days on that one. Set a stop loss. Set the stop loss at the bottom of today's candle. 240. Was that 240? Move it up to 250. Call it 250 on the stop loss for that. That was RLC. A lot of these look like duplicates. We're almost there. XLM we covered. SUI we covered. Cardano. Have we not covered Cardano? Cardano. Okay, monthly chart. Again, breaking out here. Beautiful. Beautiful breakout there. The daily chart is just keeps grinding up. So you just want to make sure that EMA holds, right? We don't break down below that EMA. I'd love, love, love to buy Cardano at 80 cents. I'd love to buy it right there at 80 cents. This thing, just keep moving your trailing stop up. I put the stop right there at $1.08, $1.08 on Cardano for the stop. If that breaks, sell it. SEI. SEI. Okay, that one's got a green dot today. Pulled back into the 9, got sucked right back up. Your entry candle came yesterday. Okay, and you got a green, big green candle and a green dot today. 65 is going to be the stop loss on SEI. I put a stop loss there and let that thing ride. Okay, look to sell when the stochastic gets back up closer to the white dotted line. It's sitting at about 65 right now, so you got some room to run. 65 is a great stop loss for SEI. CLV we covered. Oh, wait, no, that's CLV USD, Clover Finance. Nice one, okay? Green dot there on the monthly. What is it doing? It's pulling back into our moving average. Wonderful. Stop loss is going to be 6 cents on this one. But I'd be watching for a green dot or a green candle on CLV there. That one could set up very nicely. Math we covered. Exit strategy on XCN. I'd probably take profits now. I mean, right up here, guys, when you get this far off the average, you guys got to take profits. I mean, that is just ridiculous. 38% off the weekly average, 53% off the monthly. If you want to let it ride, I'd put the stop loss probably at 0.0026, but I would have tried to been selling up in this area. Again, that is very, very far off that orange line. The time to buy was into that orange line right there. Bang, rip. Okay. The 9 EMA. Okay, that was the support. It looks like it hit the 30 there, hit the 9 there. Bang, rip it. Okay, so sitting at 3 cents right now. I mean, that thing's up a lot. 20% today. It was up as high as like 40%. So I'd set the stop loss at 0.0025. Probably get in here on the hourly. You can see that level right there I called out was right there at the bottom of that. 0.025 is a good stop level. I just set it right there and let it ride there on XCN. LLY. Lily. Okay, stochastic's back down there on the floor. This is a monthly chart. Eli Lilly, it's trying to break out right now over that 30-day moving average. If you're in this name, I'd use a stop loss at 8. I think this is a drug company, though, and, you know, Kennedy's going to be hard on drug companies, so that's why you've seen their stocks fall off. $800 is going to be, or $800 is going to be the stop loss. Looks like it's got some room to run, probably up there to 920, but we'll see what this thing does. I don't like it because it's red on the monthly, so if you're going to play it, you're playing the breakout of the 30 right now. Just make sure you set that stop at $800. Chewy. That one's also green on the monthly. And the daily's pulling back. You see they beat their earnings, or they lost on their earnings. They missed by 82%, but they made some money. That's insane. Okay. Someone was asking me if they should buy this yesterday. I said, hey, we don't gamble into earnings, and this is why. Okay. Thing went down 7%, but it did get sucked right back up. You saw that big red candle. Okay, just ugly red candle right there. It's sold off into the 30 and got sucked right back up. So I'd use a stop loss on this one at 30, and I'd wait for the green dot to re-enter on this one. But this is why we don't buy before earnings, because you can get a big, right, I think it was down like as much as 6-7% today off that earnings miss. So watching 29.97. I'm watching for a green dot on this one. It's actually on my watch list as well. QNT we covered, AIOZ we covered, BA we covered. Boeing is interesting, guys. I will say Boeing is an interesting stock right now. They make the airplanes, and they got a nice green candle there on the monthly. So watching that one pretty closely on Boeing. Stop loss would be around 150 there, but I'm paying attention to this one this week. Okay, if we get a nice red day into 150, I want to buy it. Okay, that one's going up there in the favorites. Solana we covered, Open. I was looking at this yesterday. It's a real estate play. Yes, it's got a green dot on the monthly. That's awesome. And it's trying to bounce right here on the 9. So if you're going to play this thing, I would use a stop loss at 206. Okay, that's about a 10% risk to the downside. I don't like the fact that the candle's red, or the dot is red, and that the stochastic's coming down here. So 206 would have to be my stop loss, or $2. Call it $2. I'd like to buy it into the 30 here. I do like the monthly chart. Okay, it's got that green candle. The daily, though, on the other hand, is just consolidating right on that 9. So let's be careful on this one. If we get the green dot tomorrow, you could take it and move your stop loss up at 209, but I would wait for that green dot confirmation in order to do that. Then you can move your stop loss up a bit to 209. That's an interesting play, but just a little bit low of a market cap for me. I personally would like it more down here at like 190. So I'd pay attention to where this one opens tomorrow. Right now, though, the current stop loss would be like 203. Make sure it holds that 9 EMA. You can see we're trying to bounce on that. So if you get a green dot tomorrow, I would definitely take that. Open Matic. MATIC. Okay, that one's also green on the monthly. Okay, big green candles on the monthly chart. But where's the stochastic? It's up here. We're sitting 10-20% off of the 9. I want to wait for a pullback either into the orange line, just like that, or into the 30-day EMA there. I'd be taking some off the table here on Matic. We got ADA covered, Link we covered. Hello. Hello. What are you talking about? You must be talking about this crypto. Okay, taking profits today. Okay, again, when we're up off the average, I mean, this is like 40-50%, not 28% off the weekly, 38% off the monthly. I'm looking to take profits. Stochastic's hitting that white dotted line, and we're very extended off of that orange line there. So yeah, I'm looking to cash in on hello there. SNEC. Beautiful monthly move there. Wow, I wish you would have called that out right here at 0.007. That was a 10x trade. It's up 10x now, so yeah, red dot today. I'm taking profits or setting my stop loss right there at 0.0069. Riot, we covered pay? You mean PayPal? Probably mean PayPal. PayPal had a nice move today. Green dot. That one bounced right on its 9. I'd use the stop loss at 86 on that. But that was a nice move. This is a strong looking chart, right? I would have wanted to buy it right there, and potentially right there or right there. That was kind of a weak pullback. It came very close to the mean, but not too close. It was sitting at like 84. Stochastic was still up there, but you got the green dot today. So use a stop loss on this one at like 84.80, and you can play that green dot if you want to. But I think this is a crypto name, and it's just grinding up right now. Very, very strong trend. I would be buying any and every pullback into that 30-day moving average on PayPal. Riot, we covered about the trading indicator, but never got the email with a link. Email. Okay, you guys email me if something's wrong with the indicator. Okay, you just shoot me an email, and we can fix it. I'll send you another link or whatever we need to do. Sometimes it goes to the junk mail, the spam. But just shoot me an email if that happens. It says that right there in the indicator for questions or support email. There's my email right there. But we'll get you taken care of there. DM him. How do I do that? I send him an email. I see the DM now. Uniswap. Uniswap. Okay, monthly's looking good, breaking out there. But we're getting very overextended off of that 9. So I'd be looking to take some profits here. Once again, we got the stochastic RSI touching the white dotted line. Okay, that's where I like to look to take profits. We got a green dot above the white line there. Another reason to take some profits. I'd want to wait till it pulls back into the orange line or the blue line there to buy. SEI, we covered Cake. That's an interesting name. Cake. Ripping. Again, green dot above that white line. I'd look to take some profits. If you don't want to take profits and let it ride, put your stop loss at 350. Nice move. Look at the bounce off the 30 here. Boom. At 184. Ripped. Okay. You're up 100, 120, 130%. Nice volume today. Put that stop loss at 350 and let it ride. EL stock. We got a couple more here and we're done, folks. This has been the longest stream ever. If you made it to the end, I love you. Okay. I love you. EL. Oh, we got a green dot on the monthly, but the candle's still red. We're just now breaking out over the EMA. So this looks like the takeoff phase, right? If you come over here to the cheat sheet, okay, you got the takeoff phase. Okay, wait for the pullback now. Let's wait for the pullback. 69.98 is going to be the stop on that. Okay, 69.98 is going to be the stop. So that one is breaking out over the mean, over the blue line. Looks good. Okay, 69.98 for the stop loss on that. Okay, DGen, and that's it, folks. That's all the requests. Guys, thank you for those. If you guys got them throughout the week. We got one more from Cobra. CF. Been on a good one here, buddy. CFLT Confluent. Okay, green on the monthly. Looks good. I believe this is an insurance company. Okay, you should have been buying yesterday right into that 9 EMA. Green dot today. Nice takeoff there. I'm gonna put the stop loss right there at 350 for you. Let that thing ride. Sell when the stochastic gets closer to that white dotted line on there. Okay, that one's probably got some room to run, but you should have been buying yesterday into the 9 EMA right there. Boom. That was your trade. There was your stop loss. Nice trade today with volume. Green dot today. You should see some continuation. That is it for the requests. I'm going to try to break these up into 2 videos throughout the week, guys. I apologize it took so long, but hopefully I answered all your guys' requests and you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, smash that like. If we can get to 150 likes on this video, I will give away 100 XRP. If you're not already entered into the current giveaway, go over here and hit this emoji right here and enter for that. That's going to be drawn on December 8th. And yeah, guys, if you're not in the Discord, I suggest you tap in, become a member, get access to trade alerts. You guys get all the green, all the buy signals on our watch lists in the alert section. You can get access to our watch lists. Okay, get access to the research tool. All my trades I post over here, even if I don't take the trade, but I think it's a good setup. I will post it over here inside of the Discord. And we got a Spartans trade section. This is where our community is sharing their trades and sharing, you know, what they're learning and what they're doing. That's the great thing about the Discord is we are all like-minded investors. We all think about the market the same. We're taking a swing trade approach, not a day trade approach. So it's a good way to connect with others. We also have a chat over here. You guys can connect with other members. And yeah, all the trading apps, everything I use. I trade crypto on Coinbase. You guys can get the trading indicator in the trading tab. Again, that will just load everything that we talked about today, the EMAs, the red and green dots, the stochastic RSIs, all the waves, everything that you see on my screen will go into your TradingView account. If you guys don't have a TradingView account, come down here to number 4. You click on this link. I think they're still having the Black Friday sale, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you could still get 70% off their premium subscription, which is a great deal, 70% off. I think they're running that for a couple more days. But TradingView is the website that we use. That's this website, tradingview.com. You need at least an essential plan to use the trading indicator on that. But all the links to everything you need. Again, I trade stocks on Robinhood. I trade crypto on Coinbase. So you guys can get all the links to everything that you need to get started if you guys are new right over there. Again, we got the trading rules right here. And I'd highly recommend if you're new watching this trading course right here. And as always, I am not a financial investor, guys. I'm just a guy on YouTube, and I will never add you as a friend or send you a DM first. Beware of scammers. I will never ask you for money or cryptocurrency. My only 2 products are the trading indicator and the become a member and the membership to the Discord, which is about $4 a month. And if you guys have chart requests for the rest of the week, we already hit those. AVAX, HBAR, and AERO. If you guys have chart requests for next week, drop them over here. I'm going to try to do 2 of these videos, and then we got the watch list coming up on Saturday. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit the bell and subscribe to the channel and be notified whenever I drop a new video here on YouTube. That's all I got for you guys. Again, welcome to all of the new members. We have a ton of people flooding in here. I love to see the community growing. I hope you guys are learning something. And yeah, super excited what the future holds, guys. We're going to stay on top of this thing. Our goal is to not get wrecked. Okay, we want to buy at a fair price when it makes sense. And I believe our strategy is one of the best that you can take when approaching the market. I believe it's 80 to 85% accurate when all of the rules are followed to the T. And we try to hold each other accountable over here inside the Discord. So God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to go take my dog out to the bathroom and probably get something to eat. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you on Saturday for the watch list. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.